When you talk about the standard of excellence in the York Area League in football, there is only one name that jumps out and comes to mind. It's Central York High School. They've been atop the standings here for over 6 years without blemish, and tonight they're trying to hold that perch against a Dallastown team coming in here. Both are tied at 2-0 in the YAIAA, and we're here at Central High School tonight for the Dallastown and Central York football game. This broadcast is proudly being sponsored by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships, and F&M Trust Bank. High School Sports Live is excited to be teaming up with Football Frenzy and Fox Sports, led by Todd Sadowski. And this is, again, one of those great 11 games we're bringing you this season right here on High School Sports Live TV. Welcome to our Capital Blue Cross pregame show. I'm Gary Sutton, alongside of me, championship coach Ford Chapman. And Ford, when you talk about this Dallastown team, they lost a lot last year, including Kenny Johnson, the MVP of the Big 33 game, who's now plying his trade at a much higher level. But yeah, this is a team that has some fight to them. They lost their opening 3 games of the season. They've won their last 2 here in the division. And you start with a guy named Michael Scott tonight, who does a little of everything for this team.
Yes, he does, and he's going to have to be big tonight because Central York is very versatile. They play solid defense, both against the run and the pass, and most importantly, offensively for Central York, they mix the run and the pass very well. And Dallastown is going to have to force some turnovers and get some breaks if they're going to want to win this football game.
When you talk about Central, Jules Goff, who's going to University of Pittsburgh next year, 692 yards, 14 touchdowns so far this season. He has been nothing short of dynamite. This team gets it started with the running, but they've also got some great quarterbacking as well.
Yes, they do, and most importantly for Central, they cannot turn the ball over, and they must force turnovers, get some short fields, stay in the game, try to get the game to the second half, keep the score within reach, and try to pull it out in the end.
Dallastown definitely the underdog in this game tonight, averaging only 18 points a game, giving up 26. Central averages 35.7 points a game, only gives up just under 10. So it is a tall mountain to climb tonight for the Wildcats, but one that they're ready to try to take on as we get ready for Dallastown Central, all here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
The Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships.
And welcome to Central York High School, where we are ready for the Dallastown Central York game, YAIA Division 1 on High School Sports Live TV tonight. I'm Gary Sutton, alongside of me, championship coach Ford Chapman, and Central getting ready to kick off the outstanding foot of Matthew Parker. And Dallastown will receive first here in this ball game tonight as we come to you live from Central York High School. A great night for football, and not a lot of wind. Beautiful evening, ready to get at it.
Cloudy skies, rain potentially in the forecast. Hopefully that holds off. And we should have a clean, really good football game. You'll notice that we are at Central York, and since 1979, the home team wears dark. But in this case, Central York's in the all-white because Dallastown's white jerseys, they don't have as many numbers, etc. And they asked if they could go with the dark. So Dallastown in blue on blue with white helmets, Central York in the all-white. Here at Central York High School's field.
Central York at 5-0 coming to this game atop the YAIA Division 1, one of the top teams in District 3. They are 2-0 in the league, as is Dallastown. Dallastown took a different route, though. They lost their opening 3 games, and they've won their last 2, and so we're just about ready to put this one underway as the kickoff will be made by Matt Parker. Outstanding foot for Parker. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. And take it in the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line where Dallastown will set up first down and 10 yards to go.
That's a high school rule. You cannot return the kickoff out of the end zone. Thus, the ball will be on the 20, as Gary stated.
Quarterback in there is going to be Cody Kisner, who's a sophomore, who's been in there since the Manheim Township game when Matthew Stone, the starting quarterback for the season, went down. And so Cody Kisner in there tonight. And Kisner, 32, make that 24 out of 40 passes so far for a 9.3 average, and we'll take a look and see what he has to offer here in the opening play.
Screen, middle.
Kisner straight back, little screen play, and up in the air, and a dangerous place for that is Kisner trying to find his receiver.
That's actually should have been a penalty because the ball was thrown in front of the line of scrimmage. The ball was tipped by the potential receiver past the line of scrimmage, and there was a lineman downfield by about 5 yards, but it was not called.
Ball looked like it might have been tipped.
It was tipped by the guy who was trying to catch it. Yeah, but he was already beyond the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line here for the Wildcats of Dallastown. Averaging 18 points a game, giving up 26 points a game. On the other side, Central at 36.5 a game, giving up just under 10, about 9.7. There you see Kisner at the quarterback spot. Kisner with the handoff, banging it out over the 20-yard line to about the 22. And the carry is going to be made there by number 9. That's Shamar Smith. Smith on the season, 203 yards coming to this game.
Back to what we were talking about, Gary, on that first down screenplay. As long as the ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage, linemen are able to go down the field. But if it's a pass that's thrown in front of the line of scrimmage, the lineman can only be a yard or 2, 3 at the most beyond the line of scrimmage.
Head coach Levi Murphy in his 2nd year here with this Dallastown Wildcat team, working on a rebuild. So it'll be 3rd down now and 7 yards to go from the 23-yard line.
Wheel route.
Count. On the near side, being chased down there and being dragged down on the near side. And a wonderful play there by number 23 for Central, and that was Malachi Ramneth. So Ramneth with a pull down there, and they're going to force Dallastown into an early punt.
Kisner did the right thing there by not throwing the ball up for grabs and getting an early potential turnover. And however, they got a punt from their own 15-yard line. Do the Wildcats. Central York is going to be in really good field position for their initial drive.
And the kick is going to be very short, bouncing around there near the...
What was he doing? The Central York guy, what's he thinking?
And what happened, the Central York player handled it and poorly, should have gotten away from it. And instead, Dallastown gets it back, so it's like a big gain on the play.
Joe Alou, a senior, decided to jump on that ball. His punt returner was yelling, "Get away." There's usually a call, Peter, poison, something like that. And the ball was initially touched from our angle by the Central York return man. If it was, whoever falls on it, it's their ball.
So big break here for Dallastown in the early going, the kind of break they need in a game like this for, and they're going to get the ball back almost like they had about a 25-yard pass play,
yeah.
right?
Those are little details that I'm sure Jerry Janczek covers. He's a very thorough coach, but in the heat of battle, sometimes players do things that they shouldn't, and that was an example right there.
So Dallastown with the football. Kisner gets it back. Ball spotted on the 36-yard line.
In high school football, if you line up off sides, you can't get back. As soon as you cross that neutral zone or line up in the neutral zone, it's an automatic 5-yard penalty, unlike college and the pros.
So Central with some early mistakes here. Ball out to the 41-yard line, and Dallastown has yet to complete a pass. So it'll be 1st down now and 5. Ball at the 41. Scott in motion, heads out to a slot in the far side. Kisner looking. Kisner across the middle. Kisner had his man, just overthrew him. Intended target there was Jack Mahoney, but not able to complete it.
Gary, there's a great example where Kisner needs to have a little bit more touch. Just floated over the linebacker. There was nobody behind that would have been able to make that play. You can put some air under that, and he'd had a big gain on that seam.
As I said, Matthew Stone was the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season. He was hurt in the Manheim Township game, and in stepped Mr. Kisner, and he's only a sophomore, so he's still probably finding his way a bit, but you need a little poise here tonight if you're going to hope to be in a game here with Central. 10-11 to go here in the first quarter.
Unbalanced line to the right, to the short side of field, which is unique, or expect something potentially tricky here. Maybe
there's your fake.
Trying for
Across
7
the middle,
again.
and he had it again. He had a man holding a shirt there on his intended receiver. The same guy, it was Jack Mahoney across the middle and just missing his target. But you could see the defender holding on to Mahoney's shirt, got away with it.
Mahoney's a heck of a threat. He's a 6'5" junior.
Mahoney only a junior, as you said. And so it'll be 3rd down now and 5. So you thought, well, 1st down and 5, you got a pretty good break. But so far now you're up to 3rd down and 5.
very rarely will you see a team line up in an unbalanced line to the short side of the field, which Dallastown did in that play right there. They have trips into the boundary. Look for one to put us to go in motion. Here he goes.
There's Scott in motion. He's the guy that you think they might be looking for.
On the out route, he's got him.
Oh, and smelled out well there by the Central York Panthers. Good job of taking him down along the line. That's going to be a punting situation here for Dallastown.
Central York's crowding the line of scrimmage, usually with an 8-man box, and is putting a lot of pressure on the passer on most pass plays. The play action for Dallastown's a nice idea to sort of hold that pass rush a little bit and be able to give Kisner some time to throw.
Mahoney back to do the kicking. And Mahoney is going to boot it out of there. End over end. Good kick for Dallastown, rolling all the way down near the 20-yard line and inside the 20 down to 19, maybe ending up at the 18-yard line where Central will take off 1st and 10, their first offensive possession of the game.
Instead of getting the ball in Dallastown territory, due to the miscue on the last punt return for Central York, it gives Dallastown a really good situation field position-wise in their defense.
Jules Goff wears number 0. He's got 692 yards so far in this season, 14 touchdowns. But the able guy at quarterback is Brooklyn Nace, throwing it at 79%. 60 out of 79, and he has no interceptions for the season. Nace with a handoff right away to Goff, and there he goes. And Goff breaking loose out past the 30-yard line, a first down right away for Central.
Jerry Janczek elected to put the formation into the boundary, 3 receivers to the short side of the field. That's what we mean by boundary. And it's similar to what Dallastown did on that play. They tried to hit the big receiver over the middle, and they ran that big stud Goff, the Pitt recruit, phenomenal running back. Got to see him, Gary, weeks 1 and 2.
3 receivers near side, Goff in the backfield. Goff's going to get it again, and Goff slashes off the right side. Gosh, out 5 yards, maybe 6, and he's met by a whole host of Dallastown Wildcats, but a good run on first down.
Really like what Coach Janczek for Central York's doing here. He spreads the offense with multiple receivers. It forces Dallastown to cover because they are threats, and yet that gives more gaps and seams for Goff.
You know, so many times people see that wide set and you think pass, but it really does open up lanes for running, as we saw last week with Penn State, for example.
Sure does.
So 2 in the backfield along with Brooklyn Nace this time. Nace only a sophomore quarterback. Outstanding basketball player as well for this Central York team. A little handoff, and Dallastown smelling it out and dropping Central for a loss on that play. Looked like a little bit of a challenge there in the backfield, not real clean ball handling.
Correct.
So we'll bring up 3rd down now for the Panthers. Be about a long 4 as Nace goes over and gets his directions. What a great job Jerry Janczek has done with this team, getting the state finals a couple years ago, and been undefeated in league play now for like 5 years here as the Central York Panthers. So 3rd down and 4. And the handoff to Goff, and Goff is jammed up right there at the line of scrimmage. So a good defensive stance by Dallastown here on their opening defensive possession.
Absolutely. Very good defensive front on that run by Goff, and it's going to bring a punting situation. You got to be excited if you're the Dallastown defense. They did exactly what they had to do. They gave up a first down, and then.
And here's a guy that can switch the field around for you in a hurry. Matthew Parker has big-time foot, averages around 44 yards a punt, which is pretty good for college and not bad for high school.
Sure it is.
Parker has a big foot, and almost every time you'll see a good spiral. A little bit end over end this time, taken as a fair catch, dropped for a moment, but taken at the 28-yard line. Will be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats in their 2nd possession of the game. So an opening good stop here by Dallastown against Central's high-powered offense.
We have an early trivia question for the people at home, Gary.
Oh, here we go.
We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Central York is wearing the white jerseys, which is the home team wears dark in football in Pennsylvania in high school. But in college, the home team wears dark, but you are allowed to wear white if you choose to. What big-time college football program wears white at home? There's only one of them that elects to wear white almost every game at home.
Good one to think about. So 1st down and 10 here for the Wildcats. They had some guys open last time, and this time they get the first pass completed out across the 30. Gain of maybe 4 on the play. Should bring up second down 6, maybe 7. We'll see where the spot comes.
I like the way Kisner threw that ball on rhythm, the short hitch route, picked up 4 yards, and that puts you in a really good down and distance situation with 2nd and 6.
When you look so far, they've had some openings. I mean, they've had some gaps, just a little bit of timing issue, but, they've got the open players downfield. Let's see if they continue to get those.
You see it again, another 8-man box by Central York putting pressure on the passer. Expect him to come here again.
In motion is Scott. There he is. First pass to Scott, and it's through his hands. Again, maybe a little too quick. I don't know. Just like he got out in the flat there, was open for that little scamper play.
The ball was just a little bit outside, but he should have made that catch anyway. But I like the way he's throwing on rhythm. To avoid the pressure and the sacks, if you throw that quick game, if it's available, nothing wrong with that. I like what what Dallastown's doing so far offensively.
I want to talk to you about the hardest thing for a young quarterback in a situation like this and some of the things you maybe think about in terms of progressions on what they need to do. Be third down now. 6 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line for Dallastown here. We're in the first quarter, 6:33. You're listening to and watching High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Don't be surprised if they get him on the roll here on the right. If they would run him out of the pocket a little bit, he's going to stay in the pocket.
Kisner out of the pocket. Kisner around the corner. Kisner first down and more. Kisner across the 50, across the 40, inside the 40. Slams his way to the 35, down near the 31-yard line. Great run by Kisner downfield, and Kisner makes a big difference right here and keeps Dallastown's drive alive and more.
The backup sophomore quarterback to start the season is now the starter, and he showed he has a lot of promise on a play like that. You got to be really excited if you're Levi Murphy and the rest of the Dallastown staff with that execution right there. And at the end of that, you notice what he did? He didn't run out of bounds. He cut it a little bit, and he put his shoulder down and ran right into that defensive back.
Cody Kisner, a 5'10 sophomore, and got out of there and raced down the field, has his team set up. First down and 10 at the 32-yard line of the Panthers. Ball handed off far side, around the corner. Another good run for an 8 on first down. And the handoff that time goes to Shamar Smith, the senior, who scampers around the left side, and Dallastown is moving right now.
Usually you see, at all levels of football, but especially high school, you'll see a team that's heavily favored like Central is in this game. Just sort of go through the motions for a series or two.
That last scramble by Kisner was for 37 yards.
Yes.
Travis Sparks, our statistician tonight. 37-yard scramble, and now a pickup of 7 on first down. So 2nd and 3 now, manageable for Dallastown. See if they stay on the ground. Fake it, throw out in the flat, and get caught out in the flat as well as Mahoney with the catch. That good smell out that time by Central. That was Nasir Rupert with the tackle.
Gary, that looked like an RPO. A lot of high school teams, we see it at the college level all the time, some at the pro. What they're doing there for you at home, you guys at home, it's a run-pass option. The quarterback puts the ball in the belly of the running back, and he's reading the defense. And if it looks like a run's going to be available, he will hand it off. If the pass is open, he's going to pull it and throw it. He elected to pull it and throw it there, and there really wasn't a receiver open.
See what they come up with here on 3rd now and 5. They lost 2 on the play. Kisner. There's Smith again. Smith's got some daylight on the left side. Smith down near the first down yard. It looks like he might be a little bit short. We'll wait and see where the spot is.
Nobody set the edge there, and the running back elected to take it outside and almost got the first down. It's a 4-down situation here for Dallastown.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, the second drive by Dallastown. 4th down and a long one here. I'd say almost with short 2 would be a better way to describe it. Yeah. Ball's at the 23-yard line.
Can't blame him for, instead of kicking a 40-yard field goal, go ahead and try to get this first down. You need about 1.5 yards to 2 yards.
You'd almost think they may come back to Smith again, or quarterback might keep it himself. Let's see. Kisner barking out the directions, trying to draw people offside. Central holds.
5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to maybe call a timeout and regroup. They got to see the defensive look there.
We'll take one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Central York High School. Big 4th down and 1 here early in the game, and it's probably bigger right now for Dallastown than for Central because they're trying to keep a drive going here. They had a 37-yard scamper to get out of trouble by Kisner. They've got it down now 4th and 1, ball on the 23-yard line of the Panthers, and a huge play coming up here for.
I'm thinking it's going to be a zone read here with the quarterback and the running back because they only need a short amount.
Mahoney has been his favorite target when he's passed, but you kind of look for a run here, don't you?
Yes, I'll definitely think a run here.
There's your handoff, far side. He's going to have 1st down and more, and a good handoff for Dallastown. Well-conceived play. They were attacking that left corner, and it was Christopher Cromartie with the run. 1st down for the Wildcats.
They're sealing the edge there, and running back elected to go wide. And really nice read there by the running back.
They've really attacked that edge so far here in this series, haven't they?
Cromartie, a sophomore. That was a quarterback handing off to the running back. Both sophomores, a lot of promise in the future for the Wildcats. We're down to 4:14 to go in the first quarter, and Dallastown in their second possession is knocking on the door here.
19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, and they've got a good drive going right now.
They got the tight end seam here if they want it.
Kisner keeps it himself this time and just rams forward, and Kisner shows you some big-time power there, getting about 5 on the play.
On that look that Central just showed on that play, there was not a safety in the middle of the field. And the stand-up tight end that was about a yard from the tackle, he has that vertical seam that they've been trying already. Look for them to come back and try to hit that to the 6'5" target. Potentially on this play. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it right here.
Old-time football there. Just chug forward and get the line. And the line fired out very well for them. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the 14-yard line now for the Wildcats. Wildcats in their second possession here with a great drive going. A chance to cash in first in this ball game. Kisner.
This is a Wildcat.
That's a Wildcat. And the Wildcat is to Scott, and Scott gets read out, but Scott will get a couple of yards there.
Scott is usually a wide out. You see him going in motion some. You can see he's very athletic, and they want to get the ball in his hands, so they elected to put him in the backfield. The Wildcat, we saw that really first off with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Did a heck of a job with that, with 2 really big stud running backs back in the day.
Loss on the play actually is going to be 3rd down and 7 now. Ball at the 16-yard line. Another huge play, although it's 4-down territory again, as we talked about before. Probably.
I'm not going to be surprised if they look for Jack Mahoney, the big target, the 6'5" target here.
He's been the one target they've looked for exclusively so far. They've not looked at anyone else here on the field. There's Kisner. Kisner looks. Kisner
There's
to the end
seam.
zone. He's got his man right there and just batted away at the end, and good defense by Central on that play.
They went for Andre
on
Weiss.
that play, it was Kyle Groman with a breakup.
They went for the junior receiver, Weiss. The seam that I was talking about 2 plays earlier, it was open, almost a catch.
And they're going to go, looks like, for the field goal here. So the field goal. Wyatt Mia. Long up, looks pretty good, is it? And they're on the board with an outstanding field goal right there of about what? We'll take a look at the field goal again here when we come back, but 3-0 Dallastown on the board first at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
"11 plays, 56 yards, 4 minutes and 18 seconds, and a 33-yard field goal by Wyatt Mia to top it all off for Dallastown, and they are up 3-0 here in the early going. They've got to feel the momentum right now, 2:43 of the first quarter.
Yes, they do. Getting to see Central York play week number 1 at Central Dauphin. They had the lead throughout most of the game and up by 10 in the second half on several occasions. Every time Central Dauphin cut it to 3, Central York responded, and it was a response by the whole team, but mainly the running back, Goff, who would constantly make big plays running the football.
Here's Mia with a flat kickoff, going to be all the way down, and Central's going to pick it up right there. Over the 20, 25, 30, out past the 32-yard line for Central. And that's what they will set up for their second possession. 1st and 10, ball run back there by Carter Vaughn. And so Central will get the football back in a rather unusual place. They're normally not down very often, but they're down right now 3-0 with 2:36 to go in the first quarter.
And that's good for this football team. The other thing I was going to say, Gary, we did the Central York game week 2 with High School Sports Live at Cumberland Valley, and they were up 7-0 for a lot of the game. They got a 14-0 win. Goff was a little shaken up in that game in the second half.
So Brooklyn Nace hands it off to Goff right away, and Goff is loose. Goff is loose. Out to the 50-yard line right away, and right away Goff picks up 16 yards on the carry. Gets it out past the 50-yard line into Dallastown territory. Nope, just on the 50. So it'll be 1st and 10 there. So right away, as you said, they go to Jules Goff.
So Central, my point is for Central, both games on the road, weeks 1 and 2, to go up against Mid-Penn Commonwealth teams and play really good, sound team football is a big bright spot for them entering into now their 3rd game in their York County League.
Here's that spread look again, 18 yards on that carry. Fake it to Goff this time. Pass out near side to Vaughn. Vaughn, good hands. Vaughn gets inside the 50, down about the 46-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down now for Central and 6 yards. Carter Vaughn is usually the favorite target of quarterback Brooklyn Nace. He has 13 catches, now 14 on the year. He uses an array of people to catch passes, though. As we said, Nace throwing the ball at 79% completion rate. Almost unheard of. Does not make mistakes. There's Goff again. Goff slashing. Goff inside the 40, down near the 35-yard line. So Goff is going to pick up somewhere in the neighborhood of about 11 more yards on that one and another 1st down. And boy, can Goff stop on a dime. You said that the last game we saw him.
Yes, we did. It's so impressive, and it's just very, very difficult for a defense in today's era, in the last 10 years or so, with the shotgun offenses and the spread sets, for a team to cover the receivers and also be able to stop a running back of that magnitude. Empty set.
And you're going to get movement along the line. Was it Dallastown first, or was it Central? It is going to be illegal procedure against Central. That's a 5-yard penalty. They'll take it back to the 40-yard line.
There's got to be frustration in the Central York offensive staff because they're making little miscues, especially special teams, but then the miscues offensively, but they got to hang tight. It's going to be 1st and 15, but they have the firepower to move this ball into the red zone.
Now, Brooklyn Nace does not run very often. In fact, when he has run this year, he's minus 71 for the season. So he's a guy that's in there to hand off, to pass. He's pretty efficient at both, as we said. Not an interception this year, but when you got Jules Goff back there, handing off is what you do most of the time. Carter Vaughn back there. Alongside of him is Ethan Carlos.
Another offensive miscue for the Panthers early. Here with under a minute to go in the first quarter. It's going to push them back to a still 1st down, though, and very long.
So before they get a 1st down and a nice run there by Goff, and before they can run a next play, they're 10 in the hole. So they're now 1st and 20. Ball all the way back at the 45-yard line.
Look for motion here. Here it comes.
That was Carlos in motion. A good
It's a counter play
handoff, and you get back almost all of what you lost on penalties there on the run. Be a nice run by Goff there to get it back down to 2nd down and 10 yards to go. And
decades ago, Gary, they would call that the crossbuck play. You fake to the one running back out of the split backs, and you give it to the other guy going the opposite direction. And
it's an old play that Notre Dame made famous for a lot of years under Eric Parsegian, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Look for them to run Goff to the right here, out of this set right now if they don't motion. Oh, they're going to go to the air.
Nace looking downfield, has his man in the end zone. Touchdown! What a pass from Nace. 45-yard touchdown pass, and he hooks up with his man in the end zone. And that was Preston Fink, who's already got 2 touchdown catches of the season, make it 3 now. Great pass from Brooklyn Nace, putting it right on the hands of Preston Fink. Let's take a look at it again right here. Man, you talk about a perfect pass. Look at that. He was covered pretty well.
Yes, he was. And he almost stripped there, but hey, somehow held on to that.
And pulled it into, and at the end, great job by Preston Fink on the touchdown pass with 0 on the clock. That's the end of the first quarter, but we're going to get the extra point first.
Not bad defense by by Levi Gatos, the junior DB. He was right there, almost stripped it, but you got to credit Central York skill players. Very nice drive.
Kick is up and good, and it is 7-3 here at the end of the first quarter with a big-time play from Central to answer Dallastown. All here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And Matthew Parker getting ready to kick off to start the second quarter. But you saw 5 plays, 67 yards, 35-yard touchdown pass from Brooklyn Nace to Preston Fink to close the first quarter with a bang. And they take a 7-3 lead over Dallastown here as we start the second quarter, and Parker getting ready to kick off here for the Panthers. Wow, what a great pass that was.
Sure
35 yards.
And just as good of a catch.
Look at that kick from Parker. Short of the end zone, so it's going to be brought back out of there. You've got Chris Cromartie bringing it back upfield here, getting out near the 20-yard line where Dallastown will have the football, and now Central has answered them on their field goal. Let's see what Dallastown can do here. They had a nice drive last time. Gary Sutton with you alongside of Ford Chapman, championship coach, state championship coach at Bishop McDevitt. An all-world football trivia guy as well.
Back to that trivia question. We'll give that answer in a little bit here.
Yeah.
What?
The only team that wears, is it Texas?
No.
See, I blew it.
I'll give you a hint. You're not in the right conference this year, but you're in the right conference next year.
Okay.
With that answer of Texas.
So here's Kisner for Dallastown. Here's a nice pass out to the flat to Scott, but he's going to drop it.
It's not Kisner's fault. He put the ball right on the money. The motion man, Scott, with a little 3-yard out. Ball's right there. He's got to come up with that.
Trying to get Scott involved in the game right now, and so far they've not really been able to get him the ball, and he hasn't, when he had a chance right there, didn't catch it.
Good point.
Scott, by the way, with 5 Division I offers already. And Scott only a junior. So it'll be second down now and 10. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Dallastown trying to answer here. There's your handoff again, and Central all over it this time. As a whole bunch of Panthers came after him and got their claws sharpened. Led by number 21, that was Micah Bowers.
Nice run defense on second down, and after the drop pass on first down, you're now 3rd and 10. And this is a situation where a sophomore quarterback, he's showing a lot of promise, but you got to be very careful of the turnover. Already down 4 here in the second quarter.
You don't want to try to force it in there right now. You're in the football game, and you want to live to fight another day.
And I say that because Central's expecting a pass, and you're probably going to get one. Timeout defense.
So timeout defense, timeout here. High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2, back right after this.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen. If you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on Old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
And coming up at halftime is the Jack Giambalvo halftime report, the Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats, and the Capital Region Insurance Agency first half highlights, all here on Fox 43.2. Also a special interview with John Giambalvo from the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. They've been very instrumental over here at this field with the scoreboard and other things on giving back to the community.
Really nice crowd here, Gary.
Yeah, it really is tonight.
On both sides,
teams
yes.
represented well. So it'll be third down now from the 23rd and 10. Let's see what Kisner can do on this one.
He's got 3 receivers to the right, to the wide side.
Kisner looking.
Got his tight end.
Has his man. Oh, and just went right through the hands. He had his man downfield, and the intended target there was Andre Wiest.
The ball was a little high. It was really tough for Wiest to bring down. The ball was a little bit lower. He may have had that nice idea going away from the 3 receivers. That tight end target, either number 14 or number 7, both tall targets for the Dallastown quarterback.
So Mahoney needs a good kick to get it out of there now. 1 man back for Central. That's Carter Vaughn, who is wily to say the least.
Yeah, you got to be.
11:06 to go to halftime. High, short punt. And again, oh, what a kick for Central. And Dallastown will finally down it, but not before it rolls all the way back down to the 26-yard line. And Central with superb field position here at 10:55 of the second quarter.
Carter Vaughn, the punt returner for the second time, is waving his hands, yelling to get whatever his code is to get away. But one thing he could do is run towards the ball, because it's been such a bad punt both times, and keep screaming whatever your code word is, poison, Peter, whatever it is, because you got to be able to tell all your other players, look out, that ball might hit you. It was that bad of a punt? And everybody knows to get away, because it almost hit a Central York player there.
So here is Central York now. Brooklyn Nace at quarterback. Handoff right away to Jules Goff. Goff wiggling his way down inside the 25-yard line, maybe about the 24. Some hard running there, but picking up some yardage on the play. About 3 to 4 good yards down to the 24-yard line. Will be second down and 7.
When you have a running back like Goff picking up positive yardage, you can always put the ball in his belly and have a boot out of it, and you'll have receivers coming across the field. Central's very good at their play action. I expect that coming up at some point here.
Dallastown rebuilding along that defensive line. They lost 8 defensive players from last season, trying to steal themselves here. It's second down and 7. Goff, they're going to get a steady diet of him right now. And Goff all the way down inside the 20-yard line, down near the 18, near first down yardage. It's real easy to see right now where Jerry Janczek wants to go.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
So the ball spotted at the 19-yard line.
You want to move the chains here, so you probably want to get the ball in Goff's hands again, but this is a good situation to catch Dallastown off balance and fake the run and get the quarterback on the edge for a run pass.
And they say, no, we like that guy. He's doing pretty good, and he gets down inside the 15-yard line where it will be a first down for Central. They set up shop again, 9:38 to go in the half. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line now for the Panthers. On the march here, steady diet of Jules Goff. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you here tonight at Central, where we have a great crowd. Wonderful night for football as we get ready to enter into October. Nace to Goff, fakes it.
There's your boot we're talking
Pass
about.
Out, near side. Is that going to be Carter Vaughn again? And it is going to be Vaughn, and Vaughn worms his way down near the 6-yard line.
Not really
nice
a
call
boot, but play action, yeah. Play action, get somebody on the edge there, get him the ball out on space and let him do something.
Kind of almost that cross-buck look again, wasn't it?
Yeah, fake one way and you're throwing the opposite way. The quarterback stayed in the pocket on the pass, but a nice little simple pass route that's going to get the ball in space to an athletic receiver.
Second down, 4 to go.
You know who's getting the ball now? Oh, a boot. There's our boot.
And a bootleg. Brooklyn Nace, who doesn't run that often, throws the end zone. Intercepted by Dallastown. Wow. Dallastown intercepts in the end zone as everybody was kind of caught off guard for a moment. What a great job by Dallastown, and it was Michael Scott. We said he wanted to get into the game. Well, he's in it now with this interception.
As a quarterback, all young quarterbacks out there, you got to be extremely careful when you go fast one way. You're, in this case, rolling to his left. The quarterback decided to throw the ball over the middle late. Anytime you throw the ball over the middle late, there's a very good chance that some defender could step in front and pick it, and you got it right there. Huge play for the Wildcats defense.
And the first turnover of the year for Brooklyn Nace, his first interception thrown. He had been 0 through the first 5 games. So now Dallastown gets it back and a chance to build a little momentum right here. There's your handoff. Nothing doing along the line of scrimmage. No gain. May have lost a half a yard, maybe gained a half a yard. There you go. Second down, let's call it 9. 8:20 to go here in the first half. And right now, if you're Dallastown, you're surviving and you're trying to prosper a little bit, get something going here for.
Yes, the great thing is running the football, choose clock. You're only down by 4 points here. You're deep in your own territory after the turnover.
We watched the running plays that attack the left side coming down the field. Let's see if they start to do that again here.
Trips into the boundary.
Kisner. And almost an interception there as Kisner was looking out in the flat. Had a guy out there and could not hook up with Shamar Smith. Lucky he didn't have it intercepted. It was one of those situations, you watch a young quarterback, he looked at him the whole time. You never had any doubt about where it was going to go.
Well, the coverage was a good point. The coverage was really good for Central. All receivers out on routes were blanketed, basically, and that's a situation you don't want to force it. We talked about it earlier. Young quarterback, take what the defense gives you. Throwing the ball away is not a bad thing on second down.
Now it's third down, 10 yards to go. Kisner. Central's going to be coming on this one.
Shovel pass.
Inside shovel pass. Nice concept, bouncing forward for maybe a gain of 3. We'll bring up a fourth down now for Dallastown. As the inside shovel pass was to Mahoney. Mahoney, nice conceived play. Mahoney's a big guy, can maybe get you a few yards in there, but not going to get you a first down on that play.
Especially faking the ball to your skill guy, Scott, and then throwing the shovel. I really liked it. You're right, Gary. And Central read it really well, though, and forcing a punt. Now let's see if we've had 2 bad punts so far for Dallastown. Let's see where this one goes.
Mahoney wants to get one out of there. Plenty of time on this one. Mahoney lets that one go. That's a pretty good punt. But Carter Vaughn mishandles it, and everybody down on Vaughn as he loses it all the way back to 36, and another mistake for Central.
You know, you think you're ready as a coaching staff. You got your team's undefeated. You got them ready to play good football, and all of a sudden the miscues start happening. That's what Coach Johnchek and his staff is seeing right now.
And there isn't anybody with surer hands on this team than Carter Vaughn.
Yes, and a few plays earlier, what happened? You have a quarterback who hasn't thrown an interception all game, and he forces a ball over the middle late, and it gets picked.
Hasn't thrown one all year. I mean, you know, you talk about a guy that has been mistake-free, and today, on a play where you thought Goff would probably get it, go to the end zone, they throw it. So here's Brooklyn Nace back now. The sophomore quarterback, hands off. Goff over the right side. Goff bangs into his own guy. Fights for a couple extra yards out past the 45, maybe to the 46. 6:45 as the clock continues to roll. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, so Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you, our whole Invicta crew here tonight. As will be second down now.
Gary, on that play, Goff's run, the right side of the offensive line for Central really did a nice job just getting their initial blocks and holding their blocks.
Second down, a long 2. Again, Goff getting it, and Goff through the middle, looking to break one open all the way out to the 40, down to the 40-yard line now. 15 yards on the carry.
If we can get a replay of that, you'll see Goff put his foot down and plant and cut like a big-time Division I running back does, and that was it right there. Here it comes. Watch, he gets about 5 yards untouched, and watch him plant with his right foot. Boom. Doesn't lose much speed and just avoids the tackler.
Just amazing. 6:03 to go, 1st and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line now. Central on the march.
Empty set.
Empty backfield this time. Handoff coming around the corner. That was Goff in a different look that time. On kind of the jet sweep, fake jet, a little bit of a jet sweep, and Goff gets in there and finds another way to get more yardage.
And because the quarterback just gently flipped it to him forward, that's actually a forward pass on the stat line.
So a good way to use your best running back in a different kind of look and get the defense to have to react. 35-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
Central looks definitely to be one of the top 4 teams in the 6A bracket of District 3 at this point.
There's the fake this time, and out to Carter Vaughn. Carter Vaughn across the 30. Carter Vaughn inside the 30, down near the 27. So again, faking it that time to Goff and throwing it out to Carter Vaughn in the flat, who, as we said, is maybe the most sure-handed guy on this Central team.
Team that I think would really match up, a great matchup for Central would be the Harrisburg Cougars if they meet in the playoffs. But above those two teams, undoubtedly, is from Lancaster County, the Manheim Township Blue Streaks. Coach Mark Evans has a heck of a squad this year.
57-0, they beat this Dallastown team. Give you an idea how good they are. There's Goff. Goff gets jammed at the line. Goff still finds a way to maybe get a half yard. So it'll be second down, and let's call it a long 9 coming up here for Central. It ticks down to 5 minutes now. Don't forget Matthew Parker is out there, who's got some big-time range. They're probably close to his range right now.
A surprising score last week was at Central Dolphins Field, the team that Central York beat 45-35. It was a 31-13 win for State College, who was in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth during the regular season.
Here's Nace. Goff gets it again. Goff slams right down the middle, and Goff down near the 20-yard line, just short of the first down by about 2 yards. Central content to go on the ground. Plenty of time right here as they're chewing up clock. 4:28 to go here in the first half.
Over a decade ago, Gary, State College was in the District 3 playoffs, but they're still in the Mid-Penn, but they play their own playoff bracket in their region. So they will not be in the District 3 playoffs for the last numerous years.
Of course, they're in District 6.
District 6, that's right.
So it'll be third down now and 5 for the Panthers.
And they surely don't have much competition there at the 6A level.
No, they
There
don't.
are very few teams there. There's the pulling guards.
Goff trying to find a way to get through, and Goff's going to get brought down short of first down yardage. Will bring up fourth and probably a long 1 or a short 2.
With the good leg, their kicker, Coach Janchik, could elect for the field goal, but what do you think?
Right now he wants to lay the gauntlet down. Let's wait and see. He says, let's go for it. As Nace comes back out there. Fourth down and 3 yards to go here for this Central team. Do you hand it off to Goff? Timeout for Dallastown. We'll take one as well. It's 3:31 to go in the half. Big play coming up when we come back right here on High School Sports Live TV.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
3:31 to go to the half right now, and it's a fourth down and 3. Fourth down and 3 as Central has the football. So what do you call here, Coach? You got Goff sitting back there who can pick up a lot of yards, but he got stopped the last time here short of the first down. So everybody's going to be looking for him. Do you have a pass to Vaughn maybe in your playbook?
Yeah, I think the best bet is play action to Goff and try to hit number 4.
That's Carter Vaughn.
Carter Vaughn, yep. He's getting the ball in Vaughn's hands. He makes things happen. He's a good route runner.
So here you have it. Goff in the backfield there with
6-man front. They're spreading them out. Then maybe to get the ball to the running back, and with 6 guys in the box.
Trying to open up the senior, get that big front line open for Goff. And there it goes. Goff's going to get it. Goff across. Goff near the first down. He's brought down, I think, short of the first down. Let's wait and see what the official has to say. It was very, very close.
I thought he got it. Dallastown saying it's their ball. Yep, he got the first down.
So it should be probably a first down here. Let's see. Yeah, Dallastown looks like they're resigned to being on defense a little bit longer. So there it is. First down. Ball at the 17-yard line. Central picks it up. It was hard, though. Dallastown's defense playing a really good first half.
Got Vaughn in the backfield with Goff right now. Split backs.
They hand it off to Carter Vaughn. Carter Vaughn off the far side. Carter Vaughn dives inside the 15 down near the 14-yard line as the clock continues to roll with 2:57 to go here in the first half.
And if you're Central, there's no need to rush here. You want to give Dallastown as little time as possible. So plenty of time for Central here around the 14-yard line. Second down.
2nd and 7 now for the Panthers.
2 timeouts left. Clock almost to 2:30.
You got to think you're going to see number 0 a little bit more. Here he comes, trying to find a spot. Dallastown gets him out here, and a loss on the play. Great job of stretching that play out by Dallastown, as there was no one at home to take care of things. And for Dallastown, the charge led that time by Riley Werbach.
And Brandon Bear, the junior linebacker, stretched that out. Really nice team defense in the red zone by Dallastown several times so far in the first half.
This would be huge if Dallastown can get a stop here. 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. Ball at the 15-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they run it to the left there, too.
They got Vaughn in motion. He gets figured in a lot of plays here. Nace getting smelled out right there. Nace being boxed in. Nace trying to get out of trouble. And Nace is going to be run out of bounds all the way back at the 15, maybe 16-yard line. What a job by Dallastown laterally right now.
Very good defensive effort. Hemmed him in. Really good coverage in the secondary. I'm really impressed with this Dallastown team. I did not expect, after seeing a lot of their scores and knowing the guys that they lost from last year, for them to be able to stay in this game the entire first half, but they have been.
And there is number 6, Matthew Parker, heading on out there, and he is going to kick, or make an attempt to kick, the field goal here. The ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line, which makes it a 35-yard field goal. Parker has big-time range, kicked 60 in a Penn State prospect camp this past summer. Snap down, kick up. Long enough. Is it good? You betcha. 10-3. Central takes the lead, but almost a victory there for Dallastown in stopping them from a touchdown on a big-time drive.
No doubt about it. When a Central York offense is 1st and 10 from inside the 15 and you come up big like that and push them back and force a field goal, that's impressive.
Parker with a 35-yard field goal here at the 1:35 mark of the second quarter. And Central has a touchdown lead, but not what they wanted. They probably wanted to get in there, obviously, for a touchdown. And Parker shows off that nice foot again. No problem with that range.
Last week, Gary, Travis Sparks and I did the game for High School Sports Live at Cumberland Valley. Harrisburg had a 7-0 lead at halftime. Cumberland Valley returned the opening second-half kickoff for a touchdown to make it 7-7. Harrisburg scored 35 unanswered to win 42-7 with a lot of big plays. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here.
Right.
But I'm saying Dallastown is doing a really good job competing and battling in the first half. Can they bring it for the second and still execute to this level? We'll see.
And those are the big questions right now for Dallastown, too. 1:35 to go yet in this half, and hoping that maybe they can get something going. But the biggest thing they want to do is take care of the football. Down 10-3 in a game a lot of people thought might not be this close here at the half.
Yes, and you, along with taking care of the ball, get yourself out closely to the 35 or farther on this kickoff return.
Look at this, Chet. Parker out of the end zone. That's big-time ability right there.
Absolutely.
Matthew Parker with a bomb. So 2 good field goals in this game so far. One for Dallastown and one for Central. Obviously, Matthew Parker with his. And then Wasif Mea, rather, with his kick of 33 yards for a touch or for a field goal for the only point so far for Dallastown in this game. 1:35 to go in the half. Our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up at halftime. We'll also have a special interview with John Giambalvo from the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Really interesting one because John has given back and his family has given back so much to the community here, especially here at Central in the sports community. So
2 wide receivers wide to each side.
So Kisner says, I'm going to get it out the flat. Man, nice pass. Bullet out there. Out over the 30, across the 40. And a nice job there by Kisner. Quick play and then step out of bounds and you have some time to go.
Coaching quarterbacks have always said, throw on rhythm in the short game, and this ball is on rhythm.
Antonio Bordenata, the first time anybody's caught a ball tonight other than Mahoney.
Yeah. Really nice pass and catch and run after the catch. And he got out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:27. They're already out to the 40.
So up to the 40-yard line, Kisner looking again. Kisner.
Hitch and go.
Downfield. He's got a man down who just overthrows him slightly. Well guarded down the field, though. Central, good guard on the play there by Central. And Kyle Groman was back there guarding for the Panthers. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. But I'll tell you what, they're not afraid to test Central secondary right now.
No, they're not. And those are pretty much safe plays. It's going to either be a catch or incomplete on that.
You make sure the only guy who can catch that ball is your guy. Really impressed with Kisner's arm, but as you said, maybe a little bit more rhythm right now, getting into that game a little bit more. But he's got some openings. Here's Kisner, 2nd down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Kisner straight back. Kisner flushed out of the pocket. Kisner looks across, finds his man crossing. That's Scott. Scott's going to get a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play out to the 44-yard line.
Nice job offensively by Dallastown. Unfortunately, their skill guy got the ball, but he had no room to get upfield because he was hitting the sidelines.
Which brings up 3rd down and 6 now. Ball at the 44-yard line. 1:15 to go in the half. Good football game here so far. A couple little miscues, but outside of that, well played.
Another double slot set.
You almost sense Kisner getting a little bit more confidence every single play as he guns it out, looking for his man out in the flat.
The ball was there. He's got to catch that. 17's got to catch that for Dallastown.
That was
Nick White.
Shamar Smith he was looking for out there, could not hook up with him, and so they turn it over. And Central now with 1:09 to go here in the first half. So they've still got time to get something going, especially if Vaughn can get any kind of run back. And, of course, the punt so far has been an adventure here.
Yes, the last punt was good, though.
The last punt was very good. So Jack Mahoney back to do the punting again. Needs a good one here. Wants to reverse the field. Here comes a whole bunch of Central guys, and Mahoney gets it away, and he hopes to get a roll, and does. It rolls inside the 20, inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line, and a great job by Mahoney on that punt. 55.9 seconds to go here in the first half. How does Central take this? Do they start to try to move it very quickly, or do they run it out and see what happens? And that's the question for Jerry Yonchik right here as he sends his Panthers back out there with Brooklyn Nace.
One thing you could do here is just get the ball in your stud running back's hands, but you could also do it a different way, maybe on a draw play or even a screen.
So let's see if they hand it off here to Mr. Goff, who has come close to breaking a couple open here in the first half, but they've caught him. They've really focused in on him well. And there he comes.
There's that cross buck.
Little cross buck play, and against Dallastown, equal to the task here.
And we'll have one, looks like one more play, Gary.
Colby Lockman leading the tackle for Dallastown.
Because of the negligible gain, I think Central's just happy to run one more play and get in the locker room.
And if they get lucky and break loose, so be it.
If you're Dallastown, you want to make sure you get back and don't let anybody behind you.
They got Shamar Smith back deep right now. So there's the handoff again. No.
It is.
Yep, it is the handoff. Straight forward. And again, looking like they're content to go to the locker room with the lead, 10-3. Coming down to 15 seconds right now, may not run another play. And I think that's where we're going to stand here, heading into the locker room as Brooklyn Nace walking off the field right now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that's it. And we are going to head to the half. But before we do that, we have a special interview with John Giambalvo from Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships. It's 10-3 at the half. Your Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up right after that. All here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
I'm excited to be here with Tom Couch, the Vice President for the Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships. Tom, you and your staff have served this community in so many ways over the years. High School Sports Live thanks you for being a part of what we do, but you served the York area community a lot longer than just us. Talk about how excited you guys are to keep this tradition going.
You know, Jack Giambalvo started the business in the early 70s, and you know, he was born and raised in York, and this is where he wanted to start his company and grow it, and he's done a fabulous job with it. And you know, we have 10 different franchises in 4 locations, so we've grown to a point where Jack has always wanted to make sure, and his son John, to give back to the community. And so we look at High School Sports Live as an opportunity to give back and also have an awareness to our company with the young kids today.
The new Mazda dealership is, man, this is state of the art. Not only are you selling cars out of here, but you're giving people in the community job opportunities. Talk about the uniqueness of the job opportunities. It's the VOTEC kid at high school, it's the college graduate. Talk about those opportunities.
You know, in the world we live in today, it's tough being a young person today, and we realize that. And so some of the involvement areas that we focus on is, for example, the trade schools. And with the younger kids with VOTech, they have an opportunity to learn a trade. So for example, in our service department, being a technician, the days of just replacing spark plugs, filters, no, now it's very technologically advanced with computer skills. So we're involved with the kids from the VOTech side with learning a trade of being a technician, and then also from the business side, if young people love cars and they've always been around cars and they just can see themselves, having a career, being a salesperson can be very lucrative, and also you get to meet a lot of great people because everybody buys a car.
Now you guys have also been creatively having to put people in cars. It's not just the new car, it's the used car, it's the max dollars on trade-ins. Talk about that, Tom. What does that look like right now for people in general?
Yeah, the supply chain issue we have in our world today affects us also, but what we try to do to be transparent with the customer is every car that we have committed from the factory to build, we have that on our website so people can come see what we have coming in. So we may not have 200 cars on ground right now, but there's availability for people to match their needs from new and used cars.
That's awesome.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows.
He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Welcome back to Central York High School. It's our Jack Giambavo halftime report, and at the half, 10-3, Central York leading the Panthers, or the Panthers leading the Dallastown Wildcats. Man, cats everywhere you look here tonight, Ford Chapman. I'm Gary Sutton alongside of Ford Chapman here at the half, and a well-played first half. And you take a look at what went on in the first half here. You said that Dallastown, to have a chance to win this football game, had to go pretty much mistake-free tonight. Well, they've done that so far. And for Central, 3 big errors so far in the game, an interception 3 penalties for 15 yards, and a muff punt.
Yeah, the intercept in the end zone was big, and then that muff punt early gave Dallastown the ball back after their initial possession.
You talked about Dallastown, how impressed you've been so far, but Central 168 yards to 71 in total yardage so far. You think, well, they're going to run away with the game. Not so fast. It's been a good Dallastown defense here that has really done a good job, and even stopping Parker to 3 points on the 35-yard field goal was a big victory for them.
How many penalties for Dallastown?
0.
0.
Yeah, and that's what you're looking at here tonight. So we're going to take a look, first of all, at our Capital Blue Cross at AT&T first-hand stats in just a moment, but our Capital Region highlights right here. And we had a number of good ones here in the first half. Let's take a look at them right now. And this one was a big one. Wasif Maya with the opening field goal here for Dallastown. It gave them the lead at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter. Central comes right back, though, and you talk about a great pass. It snates down to Preston Fink, who catches it, almost has to take it away, but grabs it and pulls it in on a 35-yard pass. Central marches back down the field. Big time play. There you see it again. Same play we just saw a moment ago to Fink for the touchdown. And now you've got Nace rolling left. He hasn't had an interception all year long, no turnover. And there in the end zone is Michael Scott picking it off. That would have been a 14-3 lead for Central. Instead, Dallastown gets it back. And then Central gets it back one more time. 35-yarder from Matthew Parker to post the 10-3 score here at the half. And there you see our halftime stats right here. 111-46 Central lead in that category. Jules Goff accounting for most of those.
And even though you are almost 100 total yards under what Central is, the underdog Wildcats are playing more error-free football, and thus they're able to stay in the football game so far.
You look at that number over on the right. 1 turnover, big one in the end zone there. Nace's interception to Scott. And then 3 penalties for 15 yards. On the other side, big zeros where they count right now for Dallastown, which is the reason they're hanging around in this game and fighting back. And that defense has been stellar so far here for the Wildcats.
2 things for Dallastown, the underdog here for the second half. Get the ball in number 1's hands. And also, those big targets, the other big guys down the seams, they come close to it, some big seam routes. Try to get a few of those for the second half and move those chains.
How about Kisner so far? Every down you watch him, you look like he's gaining a little bit of confidence. This kid stands up tall and looks for the passes. He had some openings, has just missed them by a little bit.
I'm really impressed with his ability and his poise as a sophomore. His ability to run, pass, not force anything, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
On the other side, you feel like Jules Goff is a volcano ready to kind of explode at any moment. He gets into that secondary. People have corralled him so far tonight, but he can get a big run anytime he'd like.
No doubt.
It's going to be an interesting second half coming up here in a moment. We'll continue with our Jack Gianvalvo halftime report and more coming up in the third quarter right after this.
The Jack Gianvalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Gianvalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Gianvalvo number 1. The Jack Gianvalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at gianvalvo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Breaker boxes toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford. Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report. And stay tuned to catch Todd Sadowski and his sports team on Football Frenzy on Fox, reporting all the scores in South Central PA coming up on the Fox Sports News tonight. That'll be 11 o'clock. And coming up after the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game and the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, all here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43. Some of the individual numbers of the first half here for Chapman. Kisner, 4 for 13 for 25 yards, 5 rushes for 30 yards. Smith, the running back, had 5 rushes for 12 yards for Central. Quarterback Nace, Brooklyn Nace, 5 for 6 for 57 yards. He had that 1 interception and 1 touchdown pass to Preston Fink. And then Goff with 19 rushes for 108 yards in the first half. You wouldn't have thought he got 108, but it was a quiet 108, and yet it's, another day at work for him.
Sure. It's not often we're talking about football, and I'm going to go to the band, but I'll tell you what, this Dallastown band did a heck of a job there, and the Central York crowd was really happy with that. And why Central York is really into the band scene, they have all their middle school band kids here. They have a boatload of them, and they're all playing with their high school kids they're looking up to, and they did a great job in the early going with the national anthem and the pregame, and it's just nice to see. It's a great, the bands, the cheerleaders, the whole bit at high school football in the state of Pennsylvania. For decades, it's been a wonderful thing.
And tonight at Central, it is band night at Central.
Yes.
So they have all the bands out here tonight that are around, and Dallastown with a great sound. Of course, Central's always had that over the years, and so both those schools doing themselves proud here at halftime as well as during the course of the football game. So very quickly, starting the second half, what's the game plan here for Central? What's the game plan for Dallastown?
Okay, with Central, this is the expectation. They're going to come out, mix run and pass. Goff's going to get a few big runs. They're going to do some play action, hit some big pass plays, and put up probably what you would think, at least about 3 touchdowns for the second half. Dallastown, they have to limit Goff's big runs, which they've done. Even though Goff had, they didn't give up the huge play. And they got turnover in the red zone was big for Dallastown. What I'm expecting Dallastown to do, as I alluded to earlier, is get the ball in number 1's hands, Michael Scott. They got to get him be able to catch and run after the catch is going to be big. And continue not to turn the football over.
So we're just about ready to start the third quarter here, and it is 10-3, 2:58 to go as both teams back out on the field right now and warming up and getting ready to go. One of the things that I think is the X factor in the second half has got to be Kisner. Kisner looked to me like he was gaining more and more confidence as the first half wore on. He had a great run to get out of trouble, but the passing, he had a lot of people dropping balls that were thrown on target.
He had a couple of those, and he also had a couple passes that he could have completed with a little bit more touch.
Right.
Instead of being 4 for 13 right now, with those two entities we talked about, he could be 8 for 13, 9 for 13, which would be a world of difference.
For one of the things, you've worked with quarterbacks for the years, for a long time. What do you teach him? He's a sophomore. He's gotten pushed into first-time duty here after the Manheim Township game and the injury to original quarterback. What kind of things are you teaching him in terms of the mentality of quarterbacking?
The first thing I'm going to say to him in the locker room is just keep playing with poise and confidence. And there's no, you can tell from a distance, there's no lacking in those two areas. And his ability not to turn the ball over and to just run the show as a sophomore, he has a lot of promise as a signal caller. And I'm going to talk to him about, hey, you got to, as we mentioned, put a little bit of loft on some of these passes, but you got to be careful you don't overcoach him right now, because then all of a sudden he puts some loft under it and a D-back runs up and makes the play, or maybe picks the ball. So you got to be careful you don't do too much and put too much in his brain. I'm just really going to focus on the intangible. Hey, keep playing with confidence, play like we've been coaching you, and rally the troops and get the ball in the end zone and get us back in this football game. We can tie this thing up with one touchdown. And the longer, I'm telling my whole team, the longer the longer we can stay in this game, the pressure's on the favorite.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. They average 18.4 points a game, does Dallastown. Give up 26.4 a game. Now, you got Central. They average 36.8 points a game. They give up 9.8. And yet here we are, 10-3 at the half. A lot of people may be surprised by this score. And yet I don't think the Dallastown kids are. They came out here to play for pride tonight, and they've really stuck it to Central defensively. And even with Goff, who got 108 yards in the first half, he didn't break any big ones.
No. And I was able to watch Dallastown up close down there on the field during the second half of their pregame. And they look like a focused football team, and a team that was really excited to come in here and compete. And if you're the Dallastown coaching staff, you got to be so pleased with your kids just battling against a team that is a heavy favorite.
Don't you get like that when you play like a Harrisburg, a Manheim Township, a Central, and you want to measure who you are and where you're at halfway through the season right now? It's hard to believe we're halfway through the season, but that's what you want to do, is measure where you are. And if you're Dallastown tonight, by the first half, you measure up pretty good.
No doubt, but you got to, if you're also Dallastown, you got to expect Central York's big punch coming here next, and they're going to try to knock you down on the canvas using a boxing analogy, and they're going to try to do it here in the third quarter and get up by 2-3 scores.
And one of the things with Dallastown, you got to keep the score low here if you want to have a chance. For Central, you want to put it out in those numbers, 35 a game we talk about.
Sure.
That's where they live most of the time, and that means 25 points the second half, 3 touchdowns plus. So we'll see what's going to give here as this young Coach Murphy here for Dallastown in his second year, 26 years old when he was hired, doing an excellent job building this club. He was 4-6 last year, but right now they're 2-3, and they're trying to make a big step forward tonight. On the other side, Central, they're used to this. I mean, they haven't lost a game like in 5 years in the league.
How about it?
And what a monumental group Coach Janchik has built here. I mean, you look at a Bo Prabula every week playing for Penn State, guys like that playing in a state championship game a few years back. I mean, you're looking at a team that's championships are part of their regular season schedule.
No doubt about it. And let's get back to our trivia.
Go ahead.
What conference, or I told you the conference Texas is going to go into, obviously. The SEC.
Right.
The LSU Tigers very rarely wear purple at home. They'll wear it maybe once a year. They like to wear white both places. The funniest thing, Steve Spurrier, when he coached Florida, he said, I'll get them. When they come to Florida, we're going to wear white, and we're going to make them wear purple in the swamp, which was a cool thing back in the day. Steve Spurrier, your 1966 Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback at Florida, number 11. 30 years later, Danny Werfel won the Heisman at Florida for Steve Spurrier, and they won the national title.
Wow. And here's the kickoff from Scott. Big-time kickoff down off Carter Vaughn out of the end zone, and Central's going to get it at the 20. So Scott doesn't let a run back happen, and I didn't know Scott had that kind of foot.
The one advantage of the two really bad punts by Dallastown early in the game, it didn't give the number 4 for Central York, who has a lot of ability out in the open field, a chance to do anything.
Right.
And that kickoff proved the same thing.
Short
the more
pass
you can
plays.
limit, the more you can limit number 4's touching the ball, the better off you are.
Let's see if you see any changes here to start second half for Central. And the first change you're going to see is the Wildcat from Goff. Right up the middle, and Goff all the way out near the 28-yard line. So no Brooklyn Nace right away. It was Goff taking it directly.
Little change up by Central. Just getting the ball right to Goff's hands and seeing what he can do. You're spreading the offense out. You're getting a blocker at the point of attack. And it's almost like having you don't have a 12th man. You almost have like a half an extra man compared to the defense on that.
I think they're going to do it again. Exactly what they're going to do. Just going to power it forward and take that big offensive line. And Goff gets chewed up this time beneath the 30-yard line. So maybe a yard short of a first down. They did this last year against York High. Remember, we did that game.
Yes.
And they went to the Wildcat almost exclusively in the second half and wore York High down. So 3rd down and 1.
Overload to the right side of the offense. Look for him to go that way.
Again, it's all Wildcat right now. And there he goes. Off the right side, Goff through the hole, and there it is. And everybody up on the line, you got to watch that because he gets past that second man, he's off to the races.
Yeah, always a concern when it's a 3rd or 4th and short, Gary. You're right. If you jam the line of scrimmage trying to get a no gain, he breaks through that initial spot, he could be gone.
So it looks like Jerry Uncheck has said, let's power up, guys. Front line, go forward, and we're going to get our guy behind you. And hope for one of those little runs of 2 or 3 or 4 yards to turn into a run to the end zone. 3rd quarter here, Central leads 10-3, ball at the 36-yard line, first down. And they have stuck right in that. Did this last year. We saw him do it a couple times. Here he comes. Give him a little seam. Dallastown doing a pretty good job, but still 3 and 4 yards at the shot. And Central's just saying, we're going to impose our will on you with that offensive line.
Going back to some old school. It's not old school from the chance we're in shotgun and they have 2 lead blockers. That's where the old school comes in. Even though there's not a quarterback under center, you're getting your best player on the field, the ball, the best player on the field for either team, and he's just running vertically, north-south.
Just power on power, 2nd down and 5, ball at the 41-yard line for the Panthers.
Coming left here.
Here he comes. And again, slashing near this side. He gets out about the 45-yard line, comes up about a yard short of the first down. They'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
We look like we have a little leg injury here for an offensive lineman for Central.
So lineman down on the field for the moment. We'll take a very quick break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Thanks for watching, Mr. Pickles, again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows.
He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Player being helped off the field right now for the Central York Panthers from that offensive line is Raiden Bell. Raiden Bell, number 77, and looks like a right knee.
275-pound senior.
Yeah.
Hate to see this.
Oh, you don't like to see anybody go down.
And he's not putting much weight on it. And it's just hopefully it's not a bad one.
So we get back to play now, 9:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 1, ball at the 45-yard line of Central, and they've gone total Wildcat, and it doesn't look like that's about to change anytime soon. Jules Goff takes it right over the middle, 1st down and more as he gets in behind that front line and pushes it out over the 50-yard line down into Dallastown territory. Jerry Yunchuk has just basically said it's going to be power, guys.
And that was the message at halftime. I like the move, especially when you have a runner like Goff.
When you're doing this, too, you're also eating clock. Dallastown doesn't get to get on the field and get a chance to catch up.
And I don't know if Goff can throw. But I'll tell you what, eventually they start sucking the defense in, suck him in. All of a sudden he starts to run forward, holds up, and throws a pop pass to a tight end or a flanker.
There's Goff again, and there he is, getting opened almost, gets tripped up, but down near the 40-yard line, close to another first down. Jules Goff just running behind that line. It looks like he might have gotten enough to get the first down here, depending on the spot.
Gain of 9.
And they're going to say it'll be second down and a short one.
With the tackle for the Wildcats.
So for the moment, they put Brooklyn Nace on witness protection, and they've got Jules Goff just handling the duty and saying, give it to him and run, young fella. 8:49 to go in the third quarter. It's been all Central the whole time. Goff again. Goff just hunting a hole. And Goff just powering forward. Another first down here for Central as they're starting to pile them up down to the 36-yard line here for the Panthers. Last year, I remember I think the quarterback was hurt for Central, and they used Goff the whole second half like this against William Penn. So it'll be first down and 10 now for the Panthers as they head well down the 37-yard line of Dallastown. Goff again, 2 blockers. Goff trying to hop off the far side, looking for a hole. Dances inside the 35, near the 34. Not much in the play, but maybe 3 more yards.
That's like a stretch play that the quarterback will give the ball to the Oregon State, who's playing tonight. They do a really good job running that stretch. And it's going to be tough for Utah to stop them tonight. You run that stretch well with a really good back, but you can come back with a stretch bootleg and some other things. You can't do that here because Goff is the guy that's getting the snap.
And the more fatigue that defense gets, the more those holes starting to open up a little bit, those slivers that he's looking for. He's just hunting right now for a sliver to get through. Here's Goff again.
Bad snap.
Drop ball, bad snap. Does Dallastown cover it?
No, still Central's ball, but I'll tell you what, there's an example of a defense bending but not breaking, and now they put Central in a third, and they're going to go to a normal set here on 3rd and 7.
So here comes Brooklyn Nace back into the game now. First play he has played here in the second half, so we're down to 7:18. And a passing situation here, it looks like. 3rd and 7.
Example of a shotgun snap, not getting back to the guy you intended to.
Bouncing off legs, and Central came up lucky with the bounce. There's Brooklyn Nace. Almost exclusively a passer in this situation. Nace looking. Nace to flush out of pocket. Throws his man, has a man out there in the flat. And a first down. Nice job by Nace to find his man and gets down to the 15-yard line.
Player down for Dallastown trying to make that tackle. He's up now.
Pass was to Colin Gurley that time for Central. Gurley just the safety man. Gets to the 15-yard line, and it's a first down here for Central with 6:49 to go in the third quarter.
Dallastown lost track of that receiver on the sidelines. They dropped back into a deep zone, and nobody located him, and big pass play and catch.
Now you come right back to your Wildcat again.
They're not doing it. They're going double slot.
Looks like they're going to Wildcat. That's Goff there at the quarterback.
No, they got the
make
quarterback.
that. No, they do have Nace back in there. Forgive me. There's Goff. Goff, what a stop. Goff stopped and cut across. There's that left foot again you talked about, and just pushing off on a dime. I've rarely had as much fun watching a guy run in close quarters as you watch Goff do it.
Sure.
You're going to get 3 or 4 yards.
He's a Pitt recruit. The 1976 Heisman Trophy winner from Pitt did the same thing. Tony Dorsett could put his foot in the ground at Hopewell High School out of Pittsburgh.
And then became Tony Dorsett.
That's right. As soon as he went to the Cowboys, they won the Super Bowl his first year there, the 77 season. Over the
2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line here for the Panthers. They're marching. Nace, handoff again. Goff just cuts straight on back and wanders inside the 15-yard line to about the 13 now.
And Gary, not only did Tony Dorsett win the Heisman in 76, Pitt was your national champion, beating Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, undefeated season, 12-0.
Got a pretty good quarterback there. I think it's still quarterbacking out of Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm not mistaken. Helping the quarterbacks?
Yes, and the quarterback back in that 76 team, Matt Cavanaugh, became an offensive coordinator in numerous places, including the NFL.
He's out with the Steelers right now, I believe. Anyway, it's 3rd down now and 4 yards to go. 5:43 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a very quick break. We'll be right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Cody Wright coming out there with a wrist injury for Central, and now number 55. And so it comes up 3rd down and 4 now here for the Panthers, all at the 13-yard line. Dallastown.
Oh, crossover, beautiful play.
And he throws it and misses it. He had the man he wanted open, did Mr. Nace, and could not catch Preston Fink, who was wide open in the flat. Wow.
If we can see that again, what a great drawn-up play. Everybody's going to the right, and number 12 for Central delays and comes all the way under on a shallow drag across the field, and the ball just wasn't just a little bit off.
Matt Parker in here again, great foot. They're going to spot it at the 20-yard line.
Shallow drag.
21 maybe. We'll call it a 31-yard effort here. Holder on the play will be Ethan Carlos. And timeout on the field for Central.
Missing a player. And when you're doing that, coach called a timeout. He actually could have, if he wanted to, for a field goal, could have let the delay, because this kid has such a leg, the 5 yards isn't really going to make a difference.
Right.
And you keep your 3 timeouts for later in the game in case you need them.
When you look at Parker as a kicker, and you've seen a lot of good kickers over the years, does he have big time length for college? Does he have to have a little bit more than what he has right now? What's your thought on that?
I think so. I think he's got a lot of potential and has a chance to be a Division I kicker. Coach Johnchek was not happy calling that timeout because he knows you don't want to use them early in the second half, but felt it was necessary.
Talk about quite the commodity with a kid like Parker, who's not only a punter but also the extra point kicker and the field goal kicker. So you got it all in one nice package there.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of colleges though anymore. It used to be like you had just the kicking core be one guy. Now it's, you know, different specialties. Guy kicking for the Ravens now, Jordan Stout, was quite the bomber for Penn State for a number of years in terms of being a punter. So here we go. 31-yard effort for Matthew Parker. Holder, Ethan Carlos. Snap down. Kick up. Kick looks pretty good. Does the official think so? Yes, he does. And it's 13-3. 31-yard field goal at the 5:23 mark. We'll take a break and come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV. Central leads at 13-3.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and Workin' dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Matt Parker's kickoff goes into the end zone.
Defense, hey guys, you did your job. You bent, but you held tough. Why did Central have to go for a field goal and get 3 instead of 7? 2 miscues. One was the bad snap in the Wildcat, and then was the quarterback. It's tough to blame Nace because he was going hard to his right. He had to plant quickly and fire all the way back on the shallow drag. Not an easy throw to make, but it was a little bit off. He had an easy touchdown.
And Fink was so wide open, it was ridiculous. Everyone bought. So here's Dallastown with their first possession of the second half, and the handoff.
Reverse.
Double handoff. And around the far side goes their man, and he is wide open. That's Andre Weiss, and Andre Weiss down the far side for big positive yardage here on the very first play. A little trickery there for Dallastown.
And almost all these skill players we're calling for Dallastown underclassmen.
Andre Weiss, only a junior. 6'3", 5'3" rather, a scat back. So they get it all the way out to the 38-yard line where Dallastown can set up shop now, a little bit of confidence as they spread it out here. 2 receivers either side, 1 man in the backfield with Kisner. Kisner straight back. Kisner looking for a man. He's got a wide open down there. Kisner's got his man down the near sideline, and what a pass it was to Nicholas White.
Here's what happened when we see this replay. Nobody was covering White. Central, another miscue by Central.
What you saw there was Kisner putting some air under it, putting some touch on what we were talking about in the first half.
Absolutely, and he may as well because nobody was covering him. We're going to go fast. Dallastown going no huddle.
5:01 to go here in the third quarter. Kisner, hands off. Near side, crossing over. It's going to be Smith. Smith heading for the end zone. Smith down inside the 10. Smith dives to the 5-yard line.
What a run!
What a run from Shamar Smith. And all of a sudden, Dallastown has exploded here and coming back down the field.
This Dallastown football program, I mentioned it, they have a lot of promise. These kids are battling.
Wow, what a game they are playing here tonight. They have the ball now first and goal at the 8-yard line. Kisner, handoff again. This time fifth. They fake it, they throw across the middle, and Scott can't take it in.
Now what that was a run-pass option. It looked like they were going to hand it off. Quarterback's looking at the defense. He says, you know what, I'm going to try to throw that ball right over the top.
You see exactly what you talk about here. We see the replay where he fakes the handoff, obviously, into the line there, and then steps up and looks over the middle, and he had Scott on the crossing route.
Yeah, it's one of those where you have to, he tried to thread it in there. Not an easy pass, but the thing is, you're in the red zone. It's third down and goal now.
So second down and goal.
Second, okay.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Well, that's right, after the long run for the first down.
So one man that's back there with you right now is Cromartie, Christopher Cromartie. And this time he's going to keep himself as Kisner. Kisner trying to fight for the end zone. He's down inside the 5-yard line near the 4 as Kisner dives. He's going to cut it down to about 3rd and 4, and that's our 3rd and 4 to the goal. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line now for Dallastown, and they do not want to settle for a field goal here.
Young coach Levi Murphy, I was just going to say it, you got to think touchdown. However, a field goal does get you to 1 score. If you lose yardage here, you may want to decide, okay, there's no right or wrong answer. If you get any yards at all here, I think you got to think touchdown, but I wouldn't be disappointed if they cut it to a 1-score game with a field goal if they don't get much here.
This time Shamar Smith back there. Mahoney normally is the guy to look for, number 7. Now they go under shift. Scott.
Slant.
End zone. Had his man open again, and it was dropped. Good defense there by Central as well.
Ball was put right on the money.
It was Saxon Suchanek breaking that
yes,
out. He's an outstanding
good
player.
Play. Ball was where it had to go, though, for the sophomore quarterback.
Now, do you take the points here? I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it.
Once again, I reiterate, there is not a right call or a wrong call here as far as taking the field goal to cut it to a 1-score game or being aggressive as the underdog and say, we're inside the 5. We've got to take this opportunity to get a touchdown.
You're playing to win right here, and it's 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line here for Dallastown. He's thrown 2 pretty good passes that were not handled in either case. So Kisner, watching the sophomore maybe growing up here tonight in a big game with Central. Now you get a timeout call. And it's going to be timeout for Dallastown. We'll take one as well. We'll come right back. Big 4th down play coming up here at the 3:55 mark of the 3rd quarter. All here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
And it's 4th down here, 4-yard line, 4th and goal. 13-3, Central leads with 3:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. I don't think a lot of people thought we'd be at this particular point in the game. There's still a long way to go.
Dallastown has options here. They got a few big targets on the seams we've talked about earlier. They're spreading them out with a double slot set. I'm expecting some kind of slant crossing route.
I like to look for Scott a lot of times here. Kisner. Man in motion is Scott. Kisner looks. Kisner has a man in the goal line. Kisner has a touchdown.
So well executed. They hit number 2 out of the backfield.
Christopher
Cromartie.
Cromartie.
Another sophomore to sophomore for the touchdown.
They ran everybody else out kind of deep, if you can do that.
Yep.
And Cromartie ran underneath, and he caught him going out. And Cromartie with a 4-yard touchdown catch, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a football game.
Great play call on the left. You can barely see his right leg. He's going to go out in the flat, look over his left shoulder, ball right on the money by the quarterback. Very nice job by the sophomore signal caller for Dallastown, Kisner.
And the extra point now coming up from Leah. Kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 13-10. The Panthers lead it. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with more here on High School Sports Live TV. It's Fox 43.2.
3:50 left to play in the third quarter. Central York 13, Dallastown 10.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Seven plays, 80 yards, 1 minute and 16 seconds. Make that 2 minutes and 14 seconds, rather. And Dallastown has pulled it to within a field goal here with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. What did you say earlier about hanging around?
Oh,
Coach?
yeah. And a fabulous play call and execution by the Wildcats on that 4th down play.
Central gets some really good field goal position here. How about that? All the way out to the 45-yard line on a short kick, and Central is going to set up shop on a short field. And a good run back here. That's number 45 for the Panthers. And that being Reedy Bass. Reedy Bass, the junior, running it back out to the 45-yard line. And now Central gets good field position to start it out with 3:43 to go and an answer demanded here.
And they're going with the regular offense instead of the Wildcat look that they used on the majority of their last possession to start the second half.
Two receivers tandem here near side, one far side, handoff Goff in the middle. That's no different, and Goff slashes his way out past the 50 down into Dallastown territory at the 47-yard line. Good run.
Nate gives the ball to...
Might not have been the Wildcat, but the concept was the same. Get him behind that big front line and let him run.
Absolutely.
So we second down and 2 at the 47-yard line of Dallastown. Boy, what a response by the Wildcats coming down the field there in 8 plays and scoring.
Heck of a football game here in York County. Good coaching, good competitive battle.
Well, if you're Levi Murphy tonight, you're feeling pretty good about your team's effort. Now, here goes Nace. He's taking off himself. He doesn't normally run, but Nace slides it down right around the 40-yard line.
Heady play.
Good job by Brooklyn Nace to try to keep the drive going, and he does exactly that. He gets the first down for his team. 1st and 10. Ball will be at the 40-yard line of Dallastown.
Here you are. You're trying to get a pass rush. You're trying to cover some really good receivers, and yet you got to make sure that you don't overrun the quarterback, because if he can take off, and he did it right there. Very good decision by Nace. And I like the way he slid there just to protect himself after he got the first down.
Stay tuned at the end of the game for our Capital Blue Cross post-game report, but a long way to go before that. 1st and 10. There's Goff. Goff off the right side. Goff just kind of holding him down and yanking him down before he gets the first down marker, so it'll be 2nd down and 2. It's Goff inside the 45 down near the 43. Let's see where they spot the ball here.
Flag on the flag.
So a flag down on the field. It's against Central, it looks like. So the flag down on the field against Central will be from the spot of the foul, and wow. Holding is the call.
Spotted the foul because it was in front of the line of scrimmage.
So the ball taken all the way back up to the 48 of Dallastown, and Central's ready to go.
1st and 17.
So 1st down and 17 to go.
Nice break for Dallastown here, and looks to be a two deep look.
Off to Goff. Goff shoots right there at the line and gets brought down by a whole host of Dallastown Wildcats. Man, has that front line played a great game here tonight.
Dallastown, you can feel it. Their kids are realizing we're in this game. We can win this football game with just a little over a quarter to go. We just got to get a break or two. We got to make another break.
So Robert Brandley there leading the charge for the Dallastown Wildcats. 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Central with the ball at the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. Second down, 16 to go. They need to get to the 30-yard line for a first down. Nace rolls right. Nace looking. Nace being flushed out again. Nace going to be pushed down to the outside and steps out of bounds finally. Out near the 45-yard line, maybe just inside that.
Let me tell you what happened there. The quarterback was sharp enough, Nace, to run it and not throw it down the field away because that was a screen play. He had a lineman downfield there. So if he'd have thrown the ball in front of the line of scrimmage, even throwing it away, it would have been a penalty. And he elected to run. It's now 3rd and long. Dallastown, one more stop on this play to force a punt. And they can get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. Just over a quarter to go.
3rd and 15 here.
Once again, trips into the boundary. Don't see that very often. But he's got a touchdown.
Oh, he's got a man wide open downfield. If he
Overthrow.
doesn't overthrow him, and he had his guy downfield. Joe Alou was wide open, and Nace just overthrew him. That's 2 passes now in the game. Both would have been touchdowns. The one missed to Fink, and now the one to Alou downfield.
The reason I mentioned the trips into the boundary, a lot of coaches will do that to get a one-on-one matchup to the wide side of the field, Gary. They did just that. It was a beautiful play call, just overthrown.
And I made a mistake. It was Ethan Carlos down to number 3, so I want to correct myself. Ethan Carlos wide open. He's a guy that they really haven't thrown too much in this game. He gets the ball most of the time during the course of the season, one of the favorite receivers. And so now Parker's going to try to pin them down on the goal line, them being Dallastown. And there it is. It's going to roll down. Did they save it? Oh, almost saved it on the goal line and couldn't quite do it. So it's into the end zone. They're about to the 20 for the Wildcats. With a 1:07 mark here in the third quarter, and man, we've got ourselves a football game.
Gary, the little things in coaching are so important, and there was another example. If you're Michael Scott back there to return that punt, rather than back up and then just watch it, you got to go up like you're going to catch it. To the first guy down there would have been, oh, he's going to I got to try to tackle him.
Right.
And that ball would have easily rolled into the end zone. Instead, the Central almost had that saved. Had it not hit their second player, that would have been inside the 5-yard line. Dallastown football. Now they're out to the 20.
Well, let's see what Dallastown has up their sleeves. They marched down the field the last time in quick fashion. And we're watching Cody Kisner play himself a heck of a game tonight here at quarterback.
Yes, he is. He's matured into a nice young signal caller for Dallastown.
He plays 80 yards last time. Let's see what they can do this time. Kisner looking. Kisner's got a man open on the sideline. Can he catch it? He does. Did he get a foot down?
Overthrown.
Just overthrown a little bit, but man, I'll tell you what, this kid's got an arm. He's looking downfield and looking for big chunks.
I like what he did there. He went a quick fake to Michael Scott on the short route and went for the deep ball down the sidelines. A safe pass once again.
It was covered well by Central. He had 2 guys there, but he put it right on the hands of his receiver, or near the hands of his receiver there. So second down and 10 now, ball at the 20. 58.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you, our whole Invicta crew tonight. Here's Kisner looking again. Kisner standing up in the pocket. Kisner trying to race out of there. Kisner's going to be tripped for a moment, and then throws downfield, throws it out of bounds. Good play to keep the drive alive.
Avoided a 3-yard loss there. Nice job. No sense forcing it. Throw it away, play for another down. Now it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now you want to try to get some field position here if you can, because you don't want to give Central great field position again. You can't keep playing with fire like that. 47.9 seconds to go. A lot of people didn't think we'd see this score this late in the third quarter. And yet, here they are, Dallastown, playing the game of the year for them right now.
Four wide out look.
Kisner again, Kisner.
Deep ball.
He's got his man down here and just overthrows him downfield. His intended receiver there was Antonio Bordenada, and he could not catch up with him, so it's going to be a 4th down punting situation here with 41.6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And I'm not sure if he was throwing the Bordenada or White. It was sort of in between the two of them. He put it up there for grabs, and now this
Here's Scott back to kick it out of there.
Got to be careful with the return man here from Central, number 4 for Central. Heck of a player, Carter Vaughn.
Michael Scott kicking from his own 5-yard line.
If I'm Vaughn, I'm moving up about 5 yards.
What a kick here from Scott, man. A good high spiral. This one a good one.
Well, hit a guy again.
Central's going to cover this one, though, at the 45-yard line. They're going to have great field position here from the Dallastown 45.
But Gary, very lucky, right?
Again.
Very, very lucky.
That's the second time that's happened tonight. This time covered by the Panthers. Last time covered by Dallastown.
Now, it did hit number 29, Brandon Smith, the sophomore, on the punt return team, but he was trying to get out of the way. You saw they heard the call from the punt returner, and they were getting out of the way, but it still hit him.
Do you go back to the Wildcat here? Do you stay with the normal setup? It looks like Nace is going to be a quarterback. There's Goff. Goff off the right side. Goff tripped up again near the 41-yard line, but not before he gets about 5 yards on the play, down to 22 seconds to go here in the third quarter. You know, you never see Goff fall backward.
No.
Everything is positive yardage all the time.
And he just hasn't been able. He's had a nice game. Dallastown has kept him from doing what he does, making a guy miss, break another tackle, and going to Pater.
And it looks like Central's going to let the clock run down for the third quarter, and that's it. We head to the fourth. The Panthers have the football and the lead, 13-10 as we head to the fourth quarter. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
We head to the fourth quarter here at Central. Dallastown down by 3. Central leads by 3. They have the football. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 42-yard line of Dallastown. 1 quarter to go in this one. Brooklyn Nace shouts out the numbers. Gets the ball. Looks like a screenplay. And he got it right there. And that's going to be Ethan Carlos. Ethan Carlos finding his way all the way down to the 15-yard line. And what a call. A screenplay to Ethan Carlos to start the fourth quarter.
It was a little delay route underneath. He was Carlos lined up on the right and just did a very, very shallow drag and found an opening. Nice play.
They haven't really used Carlos too much on the offense tonight, but right there was a huge moment. That kid can run in the open field. So the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers as they try to pound this one home.
Not a difficult pass for Nace, and he put the ball right on the money. Nice run after the catch.
Brooklyn Nace gets it to Goff. Little mix up there in the backfield, and Goff gets taken down for a loss of about 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Another miscue of just things that Central doesn't, they don't usually do this.
Right.
And you're seeing a lot of them tonight for whatever reason. At home.
So the ball on the 16-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 11 now for the Panthers. Preston Fink in there out at the wide receiver spot. He already has a touchdown catch tonight. Man in motion. Put the man in motion near side, but Dallastown not fooled as Colin Gurley got out there, but Dallastown with good coverage again laterally out here on the near flat.
Absolutely.
So a gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now for Central.
Bordonado was there, Cook was there, as was Bear. All 3 converged on the carrier to have a negligible gain. Now, if you're Central, a field goal would be nice to put you up by 6, but that's still, you could lose with a touchdown and an extra point, obviously. So as we're in the fourth quarter, they got to think touchdown.
There's Nace rolling left, looking, getting caught, backed up in there. Nace is open. Nace running near side. Nace going to keep it himself. Nace going to head for the end zone. Nace steps in for the touchdown. Brooklyn Nace scores the TD from the 15-yard line, running for his life.
Making something out of nothing was Nace there. And one of the backside, if we see this replay, one of the backside defensive ends, the backside defensive end for Dallastown. Watch him here coming. You're coming from the right of your screen. He got to settle down. He overruns it. You're going to see it in about 2 seconds. Right here, overruns the play and gave Nace a gap instead of just breaking down and keeping him in the pocket as he came back to the right.
Brandon Nace, who does not run that often, runs for the touchdown here, and there's a player down in the field. Is that Nace?
No, that's a defender. He was down in the middle of the play and stayed down.
So at the 9:55 mark of the fourth quarter.
Here we see it again.
Take a look at this.
They're at 63. They overran the play, and it causes a huge running lane.
And there you see Brandon Nace, Brooklyn Nace rather, in for the touchdown, a 15-yard run.
Down in the play for Dallastown, and he's up walking now, was Cromartie, the sophomore. Linebacker, running back, he looks to be okay.
And again, if you're Dallastown, you're saying what might have been. They had bottled him up pretty well there, but could not bring it home on the tackle, and Nace runs it into the end zone.
When I say he looks okay, nothing, doesn't look to be anything too serious, hopefully, for a kid with a lot of promise there for Dallastown. A lot of times, no matter how you draw up a play, it doesn't matter what you do. Somebody makes something out of nothing, and that was the case there by Nace. Really nice play.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
So a 15-yard penalty on a crackback block.
And they're going to take the points off the board.
And the points come off the board.
I assume that was a legal hit, but you cannot, in high school football anymore, in all levels, you cannot come from outside in when a defender does not see you coming and make a hit of any kind of power. And they called it. There's a new rule to try to protect everybody, to not allow head injuries and other type of injuries, injury prevention type things, something that old timers shake their heads a little bit.
And another huge mistake here for Central.
Yes.
Third down and 30 at the 35-yard line now. So he went from being a touchdown to being brought back. Looked like Nace was in, and the official says no, a crackback block. So 3rd and 30 for the Panthers. 9:55 to go. Huge moment in this game.
And it almost, their kicker can make a long field goal here, but you want to think, just get the ball down 5-10 more yards to give him a much better opportunity at 3.
There's a fake handoff from Nace. Nace with the football. Nace throwing for the end zone. Nace deep, being covered down there and overthrown just a little bit. And so that's going to bring up 4th down from the 30-yard line.
It's a 47-yarder. If you want to try it, you have so much to. Another thing you can think about doing is potentially quick kicking out of shotgun or punting to force Dallastown to have a longer field, because it's 4th and a country mile here.
No Matthew Parker yet. He's got the range, but it's probably right at the tip.
I'm punting out of shotgun here and trying to pin Dallastown back.
So here they go. Brooklyn Nace, at quarterback, Goff right beside him.
I don't want to give Dallastown the ball all the way out of the 30-yard line, down 3.
In motion goes Carter Vaughn. There's a pass right to the middle. And they're going to track him down, are they, before he gets the first down? Dallastown stops him short of the first down. You got a flag down on the field. And let's see what it's about, and I think it might be against Dallastown.
Michael Scott, you have to control yourself over there in front of the opposing team's bench. I'm not sure who they called it against. Scott was going hard against the wide receiver Fink, who had caught the touchdown pass in the first half. I'm not sure they're calling it, but it might be offsetting too.
Let's take a look. We got 2 penalty flags down. See what we have right here. 9:34 to go in this one.
Nice idea on the screen pass.
Yeah. Nice job. They found the man right there in the middle. That was
but you're probably
number
not going to
24, Colin
everything.
Gurley again.
Yeah. Officials still talking it out. 5 officials in the regular season of most high school football games. Some areas will have 6 at times, but on Friday nights we have limited officials in the area, and thus why certain games are not played. Last year, the opening game, Central York hosted Central Dauphin right here on this field on a Saturday afternoon due to the official shortage.
So let's see what the officials decide here. It looked like, the Panthers obviously stopped Central on 4th down. It was 4th and 25. Now the official coming over to pick up the flag.
Pick up as in putting it in his pocket, not pick it up to wave off the flag, obviously,
Right.
penalty.
Right. Not waving it off, and they're talking.
To both coaching staffs.
I think the coach over there is none too happy, Levi Murphy. They're explaining to him right now what they've decided.
Anytime on the football field, if you're a player, you cannot lose your composure and do anything like this, especially on a 4th and 20-some yards.
Huge play, biggest play probably of the ball game at this point.
4th and 25. Your team's going to get the ball back with 9.5 to go, down 3 points. A field goal will tie it. A touchdown can take the lead. I didn't see specifically. It was so far away from the play, Gary.
Yeah.
We didn't see what exactly. We know 2 guys that were going at it there.
But right in front of an official as well. Okay, so here comes the official with whatever the call is going to be. Holding. That's against Dallastown. Also, personal foul against Dallastown. The ball all the way down to the 5, and it's going to remain with Central, I believe.
That is a 27.5-yard gain on that play,
down
everything
to the
considered.
Down
two
to
and
the
a half.
2.
2.5.
2.5
the
yard
distance
line.
again, yep.
Wow, what a turnabout here. You just feel like the wind went out of your sails. If you're Dallastown, I think you got to stop. 9:34 to go, and you got to think it's Jules Goff time right now. Central.
Here it is, Wildcat.
Wow. Central just got a reprieve.
I don't know why this ball's at the 2.5. You got, where were they up? They were down to the 14. That would go to the 7. To me,
Half
the
the
ball would go
distance
on the
twice.
3.5. I think the ball should be the 3.5, not the 2.5.
So half the distance twice. Unbelievable. Huge play in this game.
Where was the ball tackled? He was tackled around the 15?
Right around the 15, yeah.
Okay, so you think
Maybe
7.5?
the 14, actually.
Okay, 14. About the 3.5 or the 4-yard line. See where
Here
they
we
put
are
it.
back to the Wildcat again. What a costly couple of penalties right there. Ball at the 5-yard line.
They adjusted it, put it back just inside the 5.
Yep. So 1st and goal. I've seen United Nations meetings that weren't this complicated. Still, Levi Murphy there having a chat with the official over on the far side. Boy, the Dallastown defense did their job there. You got a help on a penalty, obviously, but on that crackback block. But
Michael Scott, number 1, the junior, is so crucial to this Dallastown football team. He's on offense, defense. He just does so much on special teams. And I don't want to judge what happened. We didn't see what happened.
Right.
So, but there were 2 penalties, obviously, against Dallastown, and one was a personal foul.
We're pretty sure that was against him over here, right in front of the official, because that's where the flag was thrown.
Yes.
There wasn't anybody else in 20 yards.
I don't know how egregious it was, what he did. You just can't do anything. I hate to say it that way. You got to keep your composure because you got your team get the ball back, and everything changes here.
There's no place for individual battles here. Stay tuned, by the way, tonight to watch Todd Sadowski and his sports team on Fox 43 at Football Frenzy. At 11 o'clock, they round up the area scores like nobody else. We'll have our wrap-up from here. And then coming up after the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game, all here on High School Sports Live TV. That's the first 2 penalties against Dallastown tonight.
All game. How about that?
The whole game. You talked about playing an error-free game, and in the moments where you most needed to be error-free, they weren't.
And to get a personal foul, that's the tough part. You're playing such a great football game, team effort. You're battling. You're in the thick of things here. Nobody except your crew thought that you guys could do what you're doing, and you make a
And you're at that magic
blunder.
moment where you get Central stopped on 4th down. It looks like you get the ball back. You have a chance to go down and maybe win the game, or at least get the lead. And so now Coach Murphy's still in a very long discussion here with the officials.
Well, at least we have a dry night, because it looked like we might get some rain tonight.
Yeah.
It was misting earlier before pregame, and
so it looks like we're just about ready to get this back underway here, as Coach Murphy still has not walked off the field.
but they just adjusted the ball again. To me, it would be 2 half-the-distance penalties based on what we've seen. They moved the ball slightly.
We saw it go down at the 14-yard line when they stopped the actual play. Now you wonder if it goes back out to the 7, maybe?
It goes to the 7, but there were 2 penalties, so we should go to the 14, unless they went 14 and the 5-yard penalty first, which would take it to the 9, and then from the 9 half the distance.
I'm waiting to someone break out a computerized notebook here and start to add some things up, right?
Yeah.
This is where AI might kick in. Yeah.
Because the
hats off to the
personal
officials
foul,
for trying to get this thing right.
Yeah, if the personal foul was a dead ball foul, okay, personal foul and holding, so it should be, forget the 5, it should be half the distance and half the distance, which to me is 14 to 7.
Yeah.
Half of 7 is 3.5. I'm not sure why it's on the 5.
Okay. That's what they finally decided. The ball is going to come to rest.
If the 14 was where he finally got tackled.
And that's where it looked like he came down earlier. Still not ready to put the ball back into play here. I don't recall ever seeing a play discussed this long. It's been a long time. Maybe you do. You've had a lot of experiences with this.
Well, I'm with you. Something this long, it's just, they're still.
Both teams trying to figure out where were we now. So here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and goal, ball at the 5-yard line, 9:34 to go in the 4th quarter. Central with a 13-10 lead, and we think we may run a play here in a moment. And I'm going to guess that a guy with number 0 is going to be running it. How's that for a high percentage call?
Oh, the only way he won't be is if that snap, like happened on that Wildcat in the first drive of the second half, hits one of the up guys and they jump, will pick it up and run for the yardage, right?
And the officials are still talking among themselves here on this side. And now they're walking back to the middle and talking
I don't
again.
understand how the ball can be on the 5-yard line. The only way it can be on the 5 is if they end it on the 20. Half the distance, half the distance. So the 5 makes no sense from up here, based on what we're seeing.
Everybody up here in the press box, they're talking about this too. And like I said, the United Nations meeting has shorter meetings than this. So now the Central group all gathered around the officials as they're talking. And the guy with the stripes finally breaks out of the
he's
huddle.
coming over again, the head official.
Now he's going to talk to Jerry Yunchik. And Jerry Yunchik saying, what is going on? And so now Yunchik has been notified, and the officials are going to head back in again.
Oh, I see what's happening here. It's still 4th down. That's what's it's because it's not an automatic 1st down. So it is. They needed to get inside. If it's still 4th and inches here.
Okay, so 4th and inches. So there's what the deal is. And there's the 1st down after all of that. So 1st down now and goal inside the 5. But that was interesting. That was never, ever part of the whole equation. It was 4th down and inches, because even with the penalties, it never got all the way down to 1st down. We thought it was automatic. So 4th down, and now a 1st down and goal for Central. The ball will be at the 3-yard line here for the Panthers. After all that, now you're back in the Wildcat again. And there goes Jules Goff, and Jules Goff pounding it down, not in yet, near the 1-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd down now and goal. So it's ticking down now, 8:54 to go here in the game. Goff back out there. They're going to go back to the Wildcat, I believe, again. No, they're not. They're going to have
they got the Wildcat,
Brooklyn
same thing.
Nason
No, you're right. Wildcat. Oh, you're right. They do have Nason.
Nace is in.
But we know who's getting the ball, don't we?
We know who's getting the ball. It's going to be Goff. There's the handoff. And Goff is in for a 3-yard touchdown run after all of that. At the 8:24 mark here of the fourth quarter, Jules Goff, after one of the longest confabs we've ever seen.
Credit Central. Sometimes when you have a lot of success as a football team, there's going to be a game here or there that can be like this, an ugly type of situation. You just got to keep battling through it.
Yep. So Central staying in there and taking advantage of the opportunities presented to them. So the kick is up. The kick is good by Parker, and it's now 19, make it 20-10. Central leads at 8:24 to go, and this will take a quick break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Nine plays, 46 yards, 2 hours. Goff with 39 rushes for 177 yards. We were kidding there. Actually, 348. And Central cashes it in for a 20-10 lead here. And so Dallastown still, though, with plenty of time left. If they can get some kind of drive here, they can get right back in it again. But, boy, that fourth down play was just absolutely a turnaround.
Sure was. We talked about it long enough, and you got to be frustrated if you're Dallastown. Because you played such great team defense to be in that situation to bring up the 4th and 25.
Here's a kickoff from Parker all the way back into the end zone, and they'll come out to the 20 again. So Dallastown and Kisner and company will see what they can do now. They've been off the field for a long, long time again.
You know, Gary, if you look at the college game, we got the Clemson, we got the Tiger Paw there, which they have a Clemson as well. And when Clemson had their huge run under Dabo Sweeney, under several quarterbacks, back 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they had a couple super close games against teams at home.
Yep.
Against Pitt, against NC State. They lost one of but games that they were heavily favored, but they had to either pull out at the end, but he still had a good run in the playoffs and one time won a national championship. And those type of games, you never know when they're going to come on your schedule, but you got to win. And that's Credit Central, playing an ugly football game at times, but doing enough to be up by 10 right now.
Here's Cody Kisner, showing some really great leadership here tonight as a sophomore. There's the inside handoff to Scott. Scott's trying to get around the near side. Scott's going to get run out of bounds. Good defense by Central there in running laterally. You know, you look at this Dallastown team, they lost 16-14 to open the season to Hempfield, a really tough one. Hempfield scoring at the end. And then they got knocked out by Manheim Township, 56-0, arguably maybe the best team in the district right now. Then they lost 33-19 to Hershey, but then they came back with a win, 24-20 over Southwestern, and then beat Northeastern last week 35-7 to get to 2-0 in the division. So a team that is showing some upward movement right now, some upward trends.
And I'm sure they learned from that Hershey loss. Hershey has skill athletes just like Dallastown does.
Here's Kisner. Kisner looking to pass. Kisner over the middle, and again Scott a little bit high, and Scott not able to bring it in. They've not really ever involved Scott offensively in the game tonight.
They tried to get him the ball there in the flat. He caught it, got hit hard. Tried to get him there. It's 3rd and 11. Yeah, they're Credit Central. Their defense is where Scott is, and they're bottling him up a little bit. Good point.
But you look at the number of passes tonight, some of them have been a little bit rushed, as you said earlier, but there have been a lot of them that have been dropped tonight by some of these receivers for Dallastown. They've been on the money. So this is 3rd down and 11. Big 3rd down here for Dallastown, obviously, as far as trying to get some momentum back.
Down 2 scores. This is potentially a football game here, barring them getting a turnover, because they got to score twice.
Kisner out in the flat. Got a man open out there. Can he get
Great
some
move.
running room? Little jute right there around the corner. Going to be first down. Nice job by Dallastown keeping alive right here as they got it out in the flat there to Shamar Smith.
A senior, almost all skill kids underclassmen. There's one senior, but what an absolute great run after the catch, making two guys miss to get
Ball
the
out
first
to the
down.
35-yard line, guns it to the side, and has his man open over there just shy of the 40-yard line. Let's see where the official puts it down. As this time, catch it up with receiver Nicholas White.
When you run those short hitch routes, you want to try to get to 5 yards and get at least a 5-yard gain. He only got 2 there.
So second down and 8. Ball at the 37. Kisner looking, Kisner back. Kisner being flushed out of the pocket. Kisner looks downfield and just throws it out of bounds and saves himself for a third down play.
He was hit right when he was throwing the football. Fortunate there. That guy was tracking him down from behind. Who was that? 23? It's tough to tell these jersey numbers.
It was Malachi Ramnath, who has had a good night tonight. He's been all over the quarterback a lot of times this evening. So it'll be third down now and 8 from the 37-yard line for Dallastown.
Ramnath, a good size defensive end, listed at 6'4".
Did his job keeping Kisner to the inside, too. Didn't let him get around the corner. Kisner spread. Got a man out here in the flat. What a catch. Boy, you talk about going up to get the ball there. How about Jalen Cook? Number 11, first time he's had a ball thrown in his direction tonight. And Jalen Cook, again, another of those juniors, 6'2", went up and speared that. What a pass.
Wow. Really nice job by the Wildcats.
Into Central Territory it comes, and the Wildcats not going quietly into the night.
Just going to say it. They're refusing to go away.
6:36 to go. Kisner is hit and knocked down right there at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete pass. Well, he took a wallop that time.
Well, what happened there, Gary? Central knows pretty much, even though there was a little play action fake, they thinking they got to pass. So the front 4 of Central, actually front 3 in this case, is putting their ears back and coming after the quarterback. They're pass rush mode all the time.
4 receivers out, pass to the far side. Got a man open. That's Scott. Scott trying to get
there
past. There he goes. And Scott taking off to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Fox pushed out, down around the 16, maybe the 17-yard line, and Dallastown is up and running again.
Exactly what we've been saying. They got to get the ball in number 1's hands. This is one of the first times he's had a chance to do something in space.
Exactly. First time they've really gotten him out there all night long. Ball down to the about the 16-yard line. Kisner keeping himself. Kisner running right down the middle, and Kisner banging, taking some defenders with him inside the 15, down near the 12.
Really like the zone read concept right there. Off the play fake, quarterback, the sophomore, keeping the ball, getting about 5 yards.
You're watching Kisner growing up before your eyes tonight, the sophomore, in a big game here, leading his team right now. Second down and 6 for the Wildcats. Kisner looks, has a man out in the flat again, just a little bit off his fingertips.
Gary, you can tell that not even seeing the last 2 wins have built a little bit of confidence for this Dallastown squad, cohesiveness offensively. And right now, you have 2 downs to get the 5 yards, but if you get nothing here, and you don't end up in a 4th and short, I think you got to take the points to live in a 1-score game.
Right.
You need 2 scores either way.
Exactly. So now you have some options. You can think about that. And you've got a guy who can kick that extra field goal either way, and Mia.
You're thinking touchdown all the way right here on this 3rd down. Get a first down or get a touchdown.
We're looking for Scott again in this kind of situation.
I'd like to see that zone read again.
Back goes Kisner. Kisner across the middle, almost intercepted. Just missed his man. He was looking, the intended receiver was Bonanata, but he could not catch up with it. So now do you kick that extra field goal? I think you do.
Definitely.
So in they come. And we've seen more field goals probably in this game tonight than we've seen in a long time.
That's right.
Wasif Mia had a 33-yarder earlier in the game. This one, he will hit from about 29.
Coach Murphy didn't even hesitate. Went right with the field goal. I think it's a very good call.
Make it 28 yards here. You want to walk away with points on this possession. Snap down, kick up. Kick looks pretty good, and it is. And they pull it to within a touchdown, 20-13, 29-yarder by Wasif Maya. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We got our ball game with 5:36 to go on High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen. If you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
20-13, Central leads it, 5:36 to go in the game. Is it too early for an onside kick? That's maybe the question that you have right here. I think probably it is, but I'll defer to the coach, Coach Fort Chapman.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's an aggressive call if you would kick the onsider, but it could give you a chance to win this football game.
But
if you kick it deep,
has been playing well for
yes,
you
they have.
too.
But you got to think we got to be able to stop Goff here and not let him grind out 2 first downs and potentially end the football game. I'm kicking it, probably kicking it deep, but I have no problem with you. The one negative about the onside nowadays, you can only put 6 guys to one side of the kicker. Unlike the old days, you could put the ball in the hash and put all your guys to one side and really get a load of steam ahead and get the ball 10 yards and have more of an opportunity.
Well, Michael Scott, a lot of good hands people up at that front line right now for Central. They're thinking that way. Here comes Scott. And Scott squibs it down.
I don't like that.
And Central's got a guy right there who's got a little bit of steam running, and it's going to be brought down around the 49-yard line.
Try not to overly second guess, Gary, but if you're going to set a squib like that, you may as well onside kick it. Heck, they got the ball all the way out past midfield anyway. Be aggressive.
Tyler Fry covered it for Central, number 11. So Central's got a short field now to work with, and you can bet they want to put the clock on their side right now, and they got just the guy to do it in Jules Goff.
Dallastown has 2 timeouts, so it's still possible if they give up 2 quick first downs, they can still get the ball back using their timeouts and getting a stop.
Well, if your defense has been called on all night, here's the time right now where they got to get 3 and out.
And you know they're not going to the air. You know the ball's going to be on the ground here.
It's coming right there. It is, and Goff right through the middle, and there he goes. And Goff with a run down to the 30-yard line, 19-yard pickup right like that of Jules Goff against the Dallastown defense. Has been on the field here a lot.
Dallastown defense has to think you got to go straight man and get an extra guy in the box. You don't need a safety back there. Get up, get an extra guy in the box. If they throw one-on-one and make it happen, oh well.
Yeah. Right now you got to stop the guy who is going to run this clock out on you.
And
5:09.
now very, very important for Nace. Look at the play clock. Take that play clock down, definitely under 5. If you can get it closer to 2 or 1, the more you can bleed off that clock, that could be the difference maker here.
Ball at the 29-yard line right now for Central. 1st and 10. To Goff again. Goff into the middle. He just wants to hold on to the football, get a little bit of push, and eventually stop. Maybe around the 27, 26.
Already in field goal range, and a field goal would ice it, make it a 2-score game. And they have the leg to do so. So you just don't want to turn the ball over. Keep chewing clock.
So it's got when he's 2nd down and 8, and no hurry here for Brooklyn Mace and the Panthers. Clock at right now, the play clock at 24. And as you said, you want to be aware of that. Don't rush into the huddle.
Mace team seems to have really good command of the play clock so far. Coach Janchek, a veteran coach, numerous stops in his coaching career, including CD East and Lebanon. Big 33 assistant a few years ago.
2nd and 8. There goes Goff again, slamming into the line. And he'll bring up 3rd down and 5 to go, or the 3-yard pickup on the game. 3:40 to go here in the ball game. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report, including the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game.
If you're Dallastown, you got to get the stop right here and limit the game.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the corner off the edge. I'm bringing they're not going to run pass option. They're going to give the ball to Goff. Bring everybody on the snap.
And they've got them spread out right here. Again, you talked about the running possibilities with that. But you stay tight on this. You know who's getting it. There goes Goff again. Goff right through the middle, and Goff's going to get the first down, I believe. Yep, he's inside the 20-yard line, down near the 17, and they move the stakes. 2:55 to go, and Central just pushing it home right now behind that big offensive line and Jules Goff.
Now you got to start using your timeouts if you're Dallastown.
Yep. We're going to get the numbers here from Travis Sparks in a few minutes on Goff's numbers tonight. He's over 200 yards now for the evening. Even though he has only one touchdown tonight, he has been the guy who has really made them go here, especially the second half. So to bring up first down and goal now for the Panthers.
Get in the box, Dallastown. Get that safety up.
It's a first down and goal. Actually, first down and 10. They still can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Goff again, just getting the call every time right now, and the entire Dallastown.
Use your timeout, coach. Use your timeout.
Team on him.
He took it.
And there's a timeout. You need to stop the clock with any kind of hope here.
Timeout, Dallastown.
And actually, it's going to be called by Central. So we'll take a break. We'll come right back. 2:09 to go in this one. Central leads at 20-10. It's High School Sports Live's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal. To go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Jules Goff tonight, 44 rushes in this game for 209 yards. Who has been the focal point of Central's offense tonight?
Darn right.
44 plays you involved him in. So Central, and if they win this one tonight, can thank one Mr. Goff for his running ability here this evening.
No doubt. Even though Goff has been the integral part of this offense for Central, I think one of the biggest plays of the game was the pass in the first half down the left sidelines, the pass and catch.
Preston Fink with that wonderful catch in the end zone where he just yanked it away from the defender.
Yes.
That was the circus play of the night so far.
No doubt.
Might be the play of the game, who knows?
The negative play of the game is getting Dallastown with the 2 penalties on that 4th and 25.
I'm not sure that wasn't the play of the game, that penalty. And then
How about it?
The confab for hours afterward. There's Goff again.
Get another timeout if you're Dallastown.
Nail at the line again. Dallastown standing tall there at that front line. Goff gets hit again. Timeout very quickly. Stop the clock at 2:02. Still a one-score game. Mistake here or there, and things could turn in a hurry.
Here's the thought process if you're Jerry Yonchek for Central. We don't really need to get the first down. They're out of timeouts. If we run the ball and keep it in the middle, a field goal wins it, puts us up 2 scores. We have a great kicker. Let's not do anything crazy. And here's the other thing. Don't even get the ball over to the hash. In high school football, everybody, the hashes are wider than college. The pros are way in there. And if you're kicking a field goal from around the 10-yard line and you're at the hash mark, it's a more of an angle that you
Sharp
really
angle.
want. Yeah, tough angle. So I'm keeping that ball right in the middle. I'm telling my running back, don't break it unless you can get the first down. Do not break it outside.
Let me play a what if, and I remember Ohio State and Penn State a few years ago.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
take a chance on kicking the field goal with maybe a block and a run back and a one-score game? That's another thought too.
That's exactly right. But I think with up 7, you want to rely on your field goal unit.
Yep.
And
yeah, you don't want to run scared from the situation, that's for sure.
No, and you're going to get the clock down to 1:20, about 1:18 if you just run the ball up the middle. And even if you don't score, if you miss the field goal, they got to go 80 yards in a minute and 12 seconds.
If you get the first down here, the game's over, essentially. There's Goff. Banged at the line again, and boy, that Dallastown front four tonight has been awesome.
Absolutely.
They
and
really
you're forcing
have.
a field goal here. Forcing a field goal.
So Matt Parker's been practicing over here on the side. And
Jerry Yonchek is going to let that clock go down to 1 and call a timeout, which is a heady play.
And right now you got 40 seconds on the clock. It'll be about 1:02 when he gets down there.
The play clock did not start over like 3 seconds. I don't think anybody caught that, but.
So now he's thinking Do I let Matt Parker kick this field goal, take a chance on it getting blocked, or do I kick it, put it away, make it a 2-score game, and it's over? Matt Parker is walking out in the field right now. He's walking down to join the huddle. He says, I know what I want to do.
That was actually a 42 or 43 second play clock.
Yeah.
Gives them an extra 2-3 seconds. Coach Janchik doing the smart thing, letting it get down to 1 and call the timeout.
And there he is at 102, 101. And so 101 to go. And he sends out Matthew Parker. And now Dallastown will try to ice him.
Panthers.
What a game.
Dallastown is most likely bringing the heat. Because like you said, if you can block this thing.
If you're Coach Janchik, it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, he's kicking a field goal. There's no doubt.
No, not if he's not going to kick a field goal, but where do you have your players be aware, guys. Ethan Carlos will be the holder. Matthew Parker will be the kicker. Parker already with 2 field goals tonight. 31 and 35. This one will be again at the 35-yard variety. Thirty-yard field goal attempt. Matthew Parker. Ethan Carlos, the holder. He gets the snap. He puts it down. The kick is up. The kick looks pretty good. Is it? It's dead on through again. Matthew Parker 3 for 3 tonight, and he's put the Panthers up with a 30-yard field goal. 23 to 13 here. And boy, it's nice to have that weapon on your side, isn't it?
Sure is. Both sides have a good kicking game.
On a night when you needed it. On a night when you got stopped by the other team's defense and didn't get the touchdowns you normally used to score at 35 a game, and you're held at 23 tonight. Huge kicks by Parker.
And like you said earlier, Gary, it's not often in a high school football game you see this many field goals made, even attempted.
3 and 2, 5 field goals made in this game. You don't see that sometimes in an NFL game.
No, very rare at high school.
Really impressed with the kicking teams on both sides, the kicking ability. But I got to tell you tonight, 23-13 right now, Central's leading this game. But Dallastown has given the Panthers everything they wanted and more here tonight.
Yes, they have. That squib kick really hurt Dallastown. I don't know if the coach asked for the squib kick to go down the field more, but it gave
him a short field.
Short field.
With a good runner.
And got him in field goal range quickly. Not that Dallas.
So 56.8 seconds to go here. Parker has nailed it out of the end zone pretty much all night long, except for once.
This one's going to be returnable.
This one's going to be returnable, so you have a chance to run it back, get a touchdown. There you go. And brought down right at the 26-yard line. First down for Dallastown here. Just 51.2 seconds to go in this one. Down 2 scores. Well, this may show up as a loss tonight in Dallastown's column, and it's not over yet. But I got to tell you, Coach Murphy's got to be proud of this team. On the road, playing one of the toughest teams in the district.
Absolutely,
arguably,
absolutely.
On their home field, and yeah, what an effort here tonight, and what an effort by the Panthers as well. I mean, the Panthers, we're in a gritty game here. You got to win these kind of gritty games.
Yes, you do, and a few more miscues than Coach Janchik and his staff expect, or even get on a consistent. They don't get that on a consistent basis. They usually are much more error-free.
Now, if you're Central, you just want to keep everything in front of you. Kisner, across the middle, and intercepted. Off the hands of Scott one more time, and intercepted down there by Central. And for Central York, on top of that was Joe Alou. So Central now can take a knee and put this one away for sure. As Alou picks it off on the overthrow, or the miscatch by Scott, however you choose to look at it. Wow, what a game tonight. 44.7 seconds to go, and now the Panthers have the luxury of taking the knee, and this one will be over.
Watching two teams compete at this level, and both teams never quitting, battling to the very end. It's really, really good to see. It's Pennsylvania football.
Yeah, just a good, solid effort by both clubs here tonight. Don't forget, Todd Sadowski tonight will have the Football Frenzy at 11 o'clock, where they'll cover all the games in the area, and you can tune in on that. We'll have a wrap-up from here as well. And also after this game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report featuring the Capital Insurance Regional Insurance Agency play of the game and our Hoffman Ford player of the game. But it has been a dynamite game here tonight. A war for first place between these two clubs, and I think if you're looking at Dallastown now, it sets them up well for the rest of the season here and the other teams they have to play. They've shown they can play with the best.
Yes, they have.
They didn't knock them off their throne tonight, but they certainly put a couple dents in it, put it that way. And that is it, 23-13, the final score here at Central tonight. And the Panthers win it by 10, but the Wildcats pushed them every step of the way in an outstanding football game. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our Capital Blue Cross post-game report right after this. 23-13, Central wins it. It's High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to Central York High School. Central wins it here tonight, 23-13 in a grinder is what it was here this evening for the Panthers over Dallastown, both in first place here in the YAI Division I. The Panthers now drop to 2-4 overall, 2-1 in the division. Central goes to 3-0 in the division, 6-0 overall with the win here tonight. But it was much more than I think a lot of people thought it might be for Chapman.
Absolutely.
Just a great game here tonight when you watch these two teams get at it. Dallastown went up first, 3-0 early in the game. And then it was 7-3 as Central came back and answered a great pass to Preston Fink from Brooklyn Nace. Central comes back down, takes the lead 13-3, but once again, Dallastown fights back, gets it to 13-10. It was just that kind of game all night long, back and forth.
The grit and the competitive nature of Dallastown was almost enough to pull off a really big upset. But you got to credit the victors, Central York, for doing what they had to do, and having number 0 on your team is a big advantage.
Yeah, Jules Goff was absolutely unbelievable tonight. Just the grinding nature of what he had to do here this evening. This is your Capital Blue Cross post-game report. Let's take a look right now at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. It was the first touchdown tonight for Central, and it was a good one. Great pass from Brooklyn Nace to Preston Fink. And it was not an easy catch for Fink. Take a look at this. It's his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, and he almost had it knocked away there, but hung on, took it into the end zone. And that puts Central up 7-3 after going down 3-0. Take a look at that from a different vantage point here. Nice catch by Fink, the wide receiver. He yanks it in, puts it away, and says, that's how I've been taught to do it. 7 points on the board for Central. Well, our player of the game tonight, our Hoffman Ford player of the game, 47 rushes tonight for 244 yards. We're talking about Mr. Goff, Jules Goff tonight, and take a look at the work he did all evening long.
For a lot of the game, he got the ball from his signal caller, but for part of the game to open that second half and that last drive, he got it right from the Wildcat, had 2 lead blockers along with a very good, solid offensive line, and Central York got the job done with Goff.
Just 1 touchdown tonight for Goff, and there you saw it, but it was a big touchdown. Goff 47 for 212 yards, not 244. So Goff gets in there for 212 yards tonight, but certainly his value throughout the whole second half was on display. Nace was 119 yards today, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the other side, Kisner, 10 for 30 tonight, 127 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. He was dynamic tonight, I thought, for that Dallastown team.
And a couple times, Nace used his feet very well. The touchdown that got called back due to the crackback block, but also a run earlier the quarter before to pick up a first down when he had to. He's not a big runner like you said, but when he had to, he did run with some success.
So 23-13, your final score tonight. Thanks to all our great crew for Invicta. Our next game coming up next Friday, and it's a big one. Wilson at Hempfield. That's going to be October 6th, and that's going to be a big game. I know we're going to have Travis Sparks in that night, along, I think, with Bill Chase will be doing the game that evening as well, and that will be at Hempfield High School. So a couple other big dogs here in District 3 getting at next week. We're bringing them all your way right here on Fox 43. Thanks to Vinny tonight for all the work he did here for us. Thanks to Charlie Fortney. Thanks to our whole Invicta crew. And thanks to you and all the people here at Central High School tonight for watching. Again, your final score tonight, Central wins it 23-13 over the Dallastown Wildcats. For all of our crew, I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening, everyone.